Oh, it feels good to be back, baby, because it's time again for No Cooldown Podcast, episode number 70. Ow.
Ooh wee.
Work is being put in. That's a lot, bro. That's insane. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody calculate that in dog years, but we going crazy either way. We dogging the game anyway.
490, bro. I got you. 490 off the top. Quick math.
Yo, listen. That's why we pay him the big bucks. We're not paying him at all, but he's a guest. We appreciate his input still. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that though. We'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm that man, Tripp. Hope everybody's been doing well. Hope everybody's been feeling good amidst all the E3 fracas. You know what I'm saying? As is, formerly known as, or Summer Game Pass season, whatever the hell y'all calling it nowadays. I hope your summer is going very well. And of course, we are here to break down these games with some very fine people. First and foremost, podcast partner in crime is in the building. When easy. How's you doing, dog?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. Revitalized and excited to talk about such a momentous occasion as these video game showcases.
Yeah, many of them, and there are many things to talk about. So we definitely going, hear a lot of great, insightful, wonderful input that is entirely positive and not negative whatsoever from When Easy. 100% guaranteed. Don't worry, guys, I got you. And, as King had to fight several people from 1776, all the what's it called, the red coats or whatever, he was in the streets with muskets, looked like Dishonored on his street. He is not going to be on this episode today, but we wish him the best, fighting whoever he has to fight from, from the royal family, trying to get to the, Buckingham Palace. We hope you're okay. We hope you're safe. It's all good. But we got two very special guests who pulled up on the pod. It's my pleasure. It's my honor, to bring them back, to have them on, to bring their input to this very special episode. First and foremost, he is Thousand Island Sauce. He is slightly on hiatus, not on hiatus, but he's still killing the game, damn it. Don't worry about none of that. He is Charles the Sauce. How you doing, Charles?
Yo, it was popping. How y'all feeling, man? I appreciate y'all having me.
Come on, dog. What you say? How's everything been, dog?
Everything's been good. Can't really complain, bro. Just been working a lot. That's about it.
I hear you, man. Fuck capitalism, but that's another story for another day. That's a whole nother podcast. And of course, we have one more guest joining us on this episode today. He is. I hope I get the order right. You know what I'm saying? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is it? The meme, the menace, the Messiah. Is that right? Just say yes or no.
Yo,
Let's go. The meme, the menace, the Messiah, the man who survived Detroit. Okay. It is EMP Ninjas. How you doing?
You didn't have to throw in that last part. All right, what's up, y'all? I'm so happy to be back with the game. It's so great to be here. I'm just happy to be here to talk about these games. Even though I'm getting slandered by my city, but you know what I'm saying. Somebody gotta be in Gotham, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to hold it down, man. Somebody has to hold down the fort. We appreciate you for being here. Ninjas, appreciate you for being back. And speaking of holding down the fort, everybody who's tuning in today can hold down the fort by rating this podcast 5 stars on all your favorite audio platforms. Man, go to, what's it called? I'm about to say Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Just type in No Cooldown, will be right there. Check out all social platforms at No Cooldown Pod, at No Cooldown Podcast on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Catch a new account on there. And of course, youtube.com/@ No Cooldown for all the latest reactions, all the latest content, breakdown videos. Got a lot of exclusive stuff going on that side, so you don't want to miss it. But without further ado, we got a lot of showcase stuff to talk about, a lot of news in general that's been coming through over the past 10 days. So gentlemen, without further ado, are y'all ready?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Born ready.
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. First and foremost, I would 100% wanted to take this out of any showcase lineup because this deserves its own special corner. So let's start with Overwatch 2. As it was announced as a part of its new event Invasion that their anticipated story missions PvE experience will be behind a $15 bundle paywall to permanently access it. So, off the heels of Blizzard cutting off its full, hero story mode, that full PvE experience, the singular missions on PvE seem to be coming in this format. So,
wait. There's a PvE?
So with that being said, Charles, we'll start with you. In terms of Overwatch, how you feeling about this move? How you feeling about it?
As someone who's currently playing Overwatch at this moment, um, I I I don't know. Every time this company decides to do something, they just make a bad choice, and then they turn around and give us a fire cosmetic. Um, so overall, I think this is an L. I don't think anyone should be paying $15 for a PVE experience from a company that fails to deliver a lot. Um, but yeah, that's just what I'll say at this moment.
Mm, that's fair. That's very measured from you. That's very measured from you. I was about
Yeah.
to say, ninjas. How do you feel about it? I was about to say, just all this Overwatch talking, paywalls behind PVE.
As a currently reformed Overwatch player that played it back in the day, um, I want to say that wasn't Overwatch 2 was supposed to be the thing that was supposed to have PvE at the beginning, and then that was like the whole thing of them making Overwatch 2, but then they
Correct.
never did it. Yeah, I was about to say, then they never did it. So then when you got Overwatch again, and it's weird. I don't know what's going on with this game and the tactics that they're doing. Blizzard's kind of wild, but then they got people like Charles that be like, oh yeah, I got that cosmetic though, that skin.
Bro, they're so good. They're so good. I'm sorry. They're so good.
So I don't know if this game gonna get any better in terms of like the experience they trying to like curate and then like charge stuff behind them. I don't think they need to put this behind the paywall. Honestly, I thought this was gonna be a thing with just the game being itself, but I don't know. Overwatch is weird right now in a weird place.
I hear you. And let's take it to the most positive person on the pod right now. When Easy, how are you feeling about all this?
That's some old bullshit. That's really like off the top. That shit is ass. They can suck 15 dicks if they think I'm fucking paying that money for a little ass PVE fucking side quest. I don't know how like I'm gonna watch the shit. That's really what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna watch the shit because I wanted to experience the story and I wanted all the cool shit that they was talking about, all these crazy things. But if all you're gonna do is give me the same characters with the same abilities, just walking around fighting robots, that's what the workshop is for. Like I've seen motherfuckers do crazy shit in the workshop. Why am I paying you $15 when there's somebody who's out here
Wait,
doing the
sorry,
real
I
work?
hate to interject, but did you also see that there's just going to be a custom mode as well? I think.
What do you
I
mean?
think I saw. I thought I saw that like there's going to be like an additional.
They have like a hero challenge. I saw that.
Right.
And that was like also ass because again, that shit looked like somebody made it in the workshop. And why am I paying money to play in the workshop when that shit is free right now? Like it's awful decisions from a company that honestly they're really waiting for Xbox to buy them so they can start blaming somebody else for these decisions. Like they need that Xbox support because look at Starfield. Like they need somebody to help them out because they're really just trying to keep this shit afloat so that they don't have to like close their doors and Xbox can buy them and help them out because them boys is struggling on Blizzard.
And I, of course, have no opinion because I have not played Overwatch since the first beta of the first game. So, thumbs up to y'all. I've survived a bullet. And again, I wish nothing but healing on the rest of you. All right. We go push on to the next story here. Embracer Group. The Embracer Group, who are basically just the new kids on the block when it comes to gaming companies. They've announced that they are basically restructuring, and with that comes a ton of studio closures, layoffs, and game cancellations across the many IPs and studios that they purchased over the past, 18 to 24 months. Now, they've expressed some importance on the Lord of the Rings franchise, and Crystal Dynamics have come out and made a statement saying that their operation on the new Tomb Raider is unaffected, but who knows how this stuff is going to shake, everything up with everything that they bought, because it was a lot of stuff that they got under their banner at this stage. So I'll throw it to Ninjas first. What'd you see of this, and what's your gut reaction to just Embracer taking that hard stop?
Bro, I'm so scared, bro. Like, so the only reason that I have like a big like thing into this is because Embracer currently owns is currently working on the KOTOR remake because of the transfer from Inspire.
They are. Oh my.
Yep. So it's supposed to be with something. So it's some muddy lines here between like the whole KOTOR community following the game and the remake. But apparently it's inside Embracer. I heard like Embracer is working with Saber Interactive and Sony and Lucas Films Game Studio to like work on the game. But like ever since the whole thing with the Inspire thing is kind of messing it up. So I'm kind of scared because they didn't put it in this letter, like because they were talking about like specifically, Tomb Raider and what was those Lord of the Rings or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're talking about those 2 games, but they didn't say anything about KOTOR, and a lot of people are like speculating that it's still like too big of a name for them to just let go and just like cancel. But I'm scared, and I don't like this feeling. I'm feeling I would be very upset if this game is gone.
Yeah, because Asper Media was running that project, and again, that's under Saber. So I'm like, they have so much shit under their banner.
Yeah, I didn't know they had so much stuff.
They have gear. They have all of Gearbox. They have all of Gearbox.
Wait, really?
They have all of Gearbox, all of Play On. That's Deep Silver. That's Flying Hog Wild. That like Milestone. Son,
Saints Rose under them too.
Like this is bad. This is very bad.
Xbox gonna have to put on their cape and go ahead and purchase them too,
bro. I know they looking with the what's called the Spice Adams. They seeing some things in trouble. They was like, yo, there's a couple IPs we can scoop, a couple studios we can come save, be a white knight for. You know what I'm saying? Like, but speaking on it generally though, this is such a ass thing because since before 24 months, for 2 years, like since 2019, even longer. They've been just, gobbling up brands and then they're just like sitting on them, you know what I'm saying? Like buying them for terrible prices, you know what I'm saying? Just holding them there. And then now they're just going to cut most of the people who worked on in these studios and do all these things just to be, financially like survivable. It's just annoying that their first route was just to try and acquire everything and like, oh, we got all this shit. Now we're going to do with it nothing. We're just going to lay everybody off. Like, it's just very inept business. From what I've seen, you just acquire, but how do you actually going to sustain that level of spending? And they haven't seen that through. So they're just going to hope on a prayer that the Lord of the Rings MMO with Amazon just works out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really that and Tomb Raider is all they have. And Tomb Raider don't even sell like crazy. So like Embracer Group is just like, they just firing shots in the dark at this point. Now somebody's come to collect. It's tough.
You telling me that you don't think Gollum can save them from this pit of despair?
bro, a part of me wants to play it just so I can like double dip on shitting on it. I like
that's a good idea.
And again, my heart goes out to the people who develop these games. I really have sympathy for like the game development process in general because that joint is not easy from what I see. It's not easy.
No,
but
not at all.
Something went wrong on that Gollum thing, bro. Something went wrong. I was looking at I was keeping a close eye, closer than you think, and that joint looked ass. Oh my gosh. Oh, and they said they wanted to make another. Embracer, you need to just liquidate, bro. Just let them assets go. You know what I'm saying? Give a couple to Sony, a couple to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Even throw some Nintendo's way because I don't know what they're gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? Just trap them in the eShop next to all the old like GameCube games, and then just roll out at this point. Man. Insane. All right, moving forward here. I gotta make a deep sigh for this one. Very deep spiritual Negro sigh. We got word from an ex-Respawn developer about Titanfall 3 and some indication that the project actually got off the ground but was canceled 10 months into their process. Now,
That's so tough.
That's
so tough.
It's burning me, man. It's burning me. Much of the rhetoric around the story was focused on, the team abandoning the, Titanfall 3 project, which would have been incrementally better than TF2 in one of the developers' words, whereas the new project could have been revolutionary, in terms of potential and scale. So I'll throw it to Wen first, man. How'd you feel about the comments and just this revelation that popped up?
I'm not surprised. I understand. I love Titanfall 2. That game is gas. Probably one of the best shooters ever created. Like one of the best FPSs, period. I'm not surprised at all though. Like the moment Apex came out, I knew that Titanfall 3 was just not happening. And I remember being in college when that game dropped and being before class, one of my friends was like, yeah, Apex is cool and all. I just hope that, they come out with Titanfall 3. And I remember sitting there and looking at him and being like, he doesn't know. Like that shit is.
Does he know?
Yeah, he doesn't know. That shit is never coming out. It's sad, but it's fucked up because you really got to think about it. It's like, can you tell EA, hey, instead of doing this game instead of doing Apex, which is giving you money every single month, or even if you only got money off of battle passes, every 3 months you're getting money. How's about you make a Titanfall 3 that's only going to get you money for this whenever it releases,
a lump sum.
Exactly. Like, and you have to put so much money into it too. Like, you have to like develop an entire new game. It's sad. It's truly, truly sad. But that's kind of like the world that we're in right now. Unfortunately, like, there's just not. I don't know. I don't know how we could really change that outside of like Apex failing. Which, you know, if they keep it up, it won't be long.
True. I'll say this, right? As someone who never played Titanfall, and quite frankly, no one I knew played it. No one I knew talked about it. Nothing of the sort. When I first saw clips of the movement that Titanfall had, I was so disappointed. Because don't get me wrong, Apex is a great movement-based game, but it's not Titanfall.
That's kid shit.
It's night and day. So like, I'm kind of disappointed that I don't have something fresh to play. I have to go back and play like Titanfall 2, which not saying it's a bad thing, but like I would like something, I guess, for myself that's original, not that anyone else has played before. And I didn't get that, so I was kind of disappointed in them and canceling it. And I hope they find some way to bring it back, but it's kind of sad to see for me.
Bro, this is like 10 months down the line, you just chilling one day, your boy come up to you, he's like, yo, remember that one bad joint that was talking to you for a little bit? You know what I'm saying? It was like kind of going back and forth. I'm like, yeah, what about her? Like, I heard she was fixing to ask you out from a while ago. She was fixing to really get at you. But then she decided to just like, quit and move to another city midway. I'm like, so you're just gonna further disappoint me? What I already know? Like, I knew this already, bro. Why would you bring it back in and pump fake me like, oh, there was a chance there, and then you just kill me? Come on, man. Why would you show me
something? No, I can't have it.
Facts. Why? Like, this is a real big ticket, uncut gems moment. Why would you show me this and give me further proof that it could have been when it didn't happen? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to apply the business sense and logic, all those, loose concepts to a lot of people, whatever it is. I'm not going to deal with that for this topic. This is bullshit. Just don't tell me. I don't want to know. If you're playing me, keep it on the low. Did you not hear my man's when he was on the track with a full, outfit on in the tub? Come on, man.
Bro, my heart can't take it anymore.
For real. Like, yeah. Like, come on, son. Oh my gosh. It hurts. It really, really hurts. Why must all the games I like be like development disasters? Is that?
Yeah.
This is an unfortunate trend that I do not like.
Yeah.
This pain. It's pain, bro. This is the life I gotta live. This is what I gotta do to get my masterpiece.
Bro. It's actually kind of sad.
Very, very tough. Very tough. I was about to say, Ninjas, any thoughts on this?
It's just sad to see like what happened with Titanfall, because the cult behind Titanfall is like actually like amassing more and more every day, with like people like finally playing like Titanfall and 2 and everything, and then the like talking about it. I personally never got to play Titanfall 2. I watched a lot of content on it, and I have it somewhere. I just have never made a chance to like play the game myself. However, I do know how people felt about it, and I can see like attraction around it. I guess it's just one of those things where like money is gonna outweigh the creative or like the passion behind a project like this, because I feel like what they were talking about with Titanfall 3, it sounded like everything and more, and as long as people keep playing Apex, as an Apex hater myself, until people start hating on the game and start saying, you know what, I'm gonna really put my foot down, until all the Twitch streamers stop streaming this shit.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro. It's too much bread on the table.
No, it's too much
bread.
See you on the 33rd.
So, I mean, I don't know. I want to say that the fans themselves helped kill this game. I want to say.
And that's valid.
What a tough time we live in, man. What a tough time.
Hey, you got that wingman though.
Wingman though. And like when I first learned that all the guns were pretty much the same from Titanfall, I was like, bro, y'all couldn't have given me this. Like I couldn't get had a taste.
Yep.
Like I have nothing.
I had to wait for like ages just to get something that looks like a car. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got the files. Shit is annoying. Tearing up my heart. never mind. I'm not gonna sing that song. Anyways, moving on to the next topic. Apparently, Sony's planning to skip out on Gamescom 2023, which seems to roll against the swing of companies actually opting in for Gamescom, most notably Nintendo of all people. So I'll throw the Chaws first. So after their showcase late in May and at the State of Play over this year, how are you feeling about this move of them skipping out on Gamescom?
I like it. I think it's bold, and I think that shows that they're working on something. To me, that's what it means. It's like, I'm not gonna come this year because I'm a flex next year when y'all already showed y'all best shit. Like, they showed us Spider-Man 2, and like there's only so much that they can show again that we're not gonna be excited about. And I don't see it not happening. I think whatever they drop, it's gonna be fire. Like, when they decide to come back, it's gonna be great. I think they didn't need to because of Spider-Man. They said, hey, look, people love Insomniac, so I don't know. I think Spider-Man's going to do well because it's Spider-Man, and I think Sony's just going to profit, and they don't need to. They have so much time to work while everybody's already shown their hand. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, this is my thing about Sony. You did what you did at Showcase.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, we covered it on episode, saying 69. Nice. And I didn't think that they didn't go as hard as I anticipated they would. They didn't put any nails in coffins type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was very restrained. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got a couple of things here and there. They dropped the Metal Gear Solid, animation, which, went over the edge. That's another thing. And sent Spider-Man 2, like a couple of solid things in there. But overall, I was like, they could have showed more. They definitely could have had more. I only think in my mind, skipping on Gamescom is feasible if they actually come back around with another showcase or a State of Play this year, like a strong one, like a 45-minute minimum one where they're showing off like 5 to 6 of your next best. Like, I think that's the only time where I think them skipping out on Gamescom is like truly, like, I guess, acceptable in this case, because you didn't, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, other people might have been, wow, you ain't wowed me. That's all I'm saying. Like, the PlayStation this year so far, I'm like, they haven't had the best showcases. They haven't had the best ones, honestly. It haven't been the most consistent across. So I'm like, if they'll come back with another one, cool. But if they're not, if they're gonna be like, MIA until, next year with any marquee event, then skip it on Gamescom. I'm like, damn. So y'all was ducking the smoke. Cool. All right. We see you. But that's just where I stand on it. I was about to say, how you feel about it?
I think echoing exactly what y'all said. I think that they don't really have a lot to show, and even in the last showcase, it felt like they didn't really have a lot to show. So like, hey, take your time, because when you think about it, it's like, they can either go to Gamescom now or they can wait until like the Game Awards, because I don't think there's anything between this or maybe the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show.
2 award shows between this and now, and it's like, am I gonna go all the way to Germany to show off the things I already showed off? Nah, right. Skip it. Come back in the Tokyo Game Show, or come back in the Game Awards. But honestly, like, even if they stop showing up altogether this year, it would be a little sad, but it also like would make sense, because I feel like they did a lot, not necessarily this year, but like up until from like last year up until now. So I'm not super like shocked by this move whatsoever. But if they're skipping these game shows and to do nothing but complain about the the acquisition, then I'm really gonna be annoyed.
Yeah.
Telling you. Ninjas, I'm about to say, you agree with that take?
So I'm kind of like mixed on it, I guess. I mean, I don't really like, I mean, it kind of makes sense because they're like moving away. Like, I feel like a lot of these like companies and everything are moving away from like these like showcases there, because they can do their own thing at this point. They have the power to do that. And it probably just makes more sense to show stuff on like a timeline that makes sense to them, instead of it like being, because like, a showcase come around that traditionally comes around every year, they can just kind of show what they want to show. I feel like Sony is in a position right now where they have like no real competition in like the console wars, and so to speak, outside of like Nintendo, because they have their like, I want to say, exclusives in line, and you know what to expect. They have the capacity to produce like great exclusives and whatnot. so they kind of have the way to do this. But however, I think with their their current showings and everything, it's kind of just been like lackluster, and they're just riding off that wave. Like, wait, we got Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Hey, that's all they need.
But like, I feel like in that regard, like it's gonna kind of like shift in a kind of a way where like we get like shown and like handled in a kind of way with like some of this stuff, because they know they got certain exclusives lined up and they can just kind of feed them to us, a certain way, and hopefully like the name off, like it's gonna start being a name more so. Like I feel like the passion into the games themselves, but I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those things where like they were gonna move away from it eventually, since they already start doing their own separate stuff.
Yeah. Well, I tell you
Also,
what. Go ahead.
sorry. I just remember a tweet went out. Some Sony dev, how they had a lot more PS5 in store now. I think that's gonna help tremendously. With sales. I think they're fine, bro. Like I don't think they have anything to worry about.
No, of course they're fine. You know what I'm saying? They're Sony. You know what I'm saying? They don't really gotta do shit. Sure. But I'm just saying, for me, I'm like, y'all slacking still. I'm like, listen, the whole conversation would have been different. May would have been a very different, you know what I'm saying, showcase for them if Redfall dropped hot. If it did, I didn't believe in it whatsoever. But maybe things would have been different.
I feel like they can move a lot safer with a lot of stuff, I guess.
Their first party's too deep. They can just do whatever they want. They can move with impunity until somebody catches up in a similar space. And Nintendo's doing their own thing, and Xbox is Xbox. So that's going to take a little bit of charge up to even have that conversation.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that's tough. But there it is. All right, push it on here. We got to get ahead of this early. I gotta knock this out right now so we can just talk about the rest of the good stuff. But amidst all the talk about Starfield, which we'll get to later, Todd Howard did confirm that the game will run locked at 30 FPS on console when it releases. Now, the head of Bethesda stated, quote, "We do lock it at 30 because we want that fidelity, but on consoles, we do lock it because we prefer the consistency. We don't ever want to sacrifice that experience that makes our games really, really special," end quote. So I'm gonna start Ninjas. There's been a lot of talk, of course, you know what I'm saying, but that statement has been laid down, 30 FPS locked on consoles. Do you think this is the right move for Starfield?
I feel like the scope of Starfield, like what they projected, what they shown us and everything, just led them to do things that they have to make compromises somewhere. It sucks for the console players and everything, because I thought they were gonna at least do something along the lines of like, all right, like a performance mode, like a quality mode type deal with like how certain games are going in a direction like that. But they're just saying 30 across the board. Is that what they're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were saying I think they were saying 1440 on the Series X, and I think it was like I forgot the slightly lower resolution on
So
S.
it's 1440 on the S. So it's 1440 on the S, I believe,
and then 4K on the X. Yeah, 4K on the X. Yeah, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks like for console players and everything. I'm on PC, so I don't speak.
Man, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Peasants.
I guess it's one of those things where like if I was a console player trying to play like a game like this and everything, I much rather, especially with Bethesda, I much rather they tell us shortcomings like this, like, hey, we locking it at 30 FPS and everything, but it's gonna like they're making those like things now known, instead of just like you come to play the game on launch and everything, because we all know what Bethesda's riddled with, the day one launches and launches that never, like stuff that never get fixed with the glitches, the bugs and stuff like that. I feel like this is a good move on their part to kind of like let people know, just like, hey, we got to do something for the quality of this game, and it happens to be like the cut in frame rate, just to keep that stable across the board. You know what I'm saying? So I much rather they do stuff like that and kind of talk about these things now instead. But console players, I know I feel like console players can't really tell the difference between 30
they
and 60
can, bro.
anyway.
I promise you they can.
Man, you got right into my next question, though. And I'll throw it to Charles, honestly. Like, how'd you feel about, I guess, the rhetoric and people up in arms about the 30 FPS, 60 FPS debacle, them being, very adamant about this not being the right move for them?
I mean, if I'm like talking console, I think you guys will be okay. You guys people are playing on televisions. Like let's be honest. Like, people are playing on television. You're not going to see much difference from 30 to 60 to 30 on a big screen television.
Son.
telling me I can't see nothing on my 70-inch that I just got off of Black Friday,
Nah,
bro?
bro, you're good. You're not seeing the differences. You're good.
Like,
You really ain't got shit to worry about.
Son. And this is the thing, bro. This is the thing we were talking about the other day in chat. It was me, Wen, and Kendall. We were just sitting down looking at it like, yo, most of these people don't even like. They're fighting for something that really doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of. If a developer makes a choice on what their resolution is going to be, that's the choice. There is no like everything should be a certain way, because that's not how game development goes. People can make a conscious choice to do certain things, especially on frame rates. Like, it just baffles me how many people are like, yo, you know, I'll say this. Bethesda's still getting shit on. And for some cases, you know what I'm saying? There is merit there. There's merit to them being shit on because, you know, they dropped laggy experiences and stuff and it wasn't optimized in previous games that they dropped. Fair. But at least with this, they've been the most transparent they've ever been. And they're telling you straight up like, yo, we do not want to go 60 frames because if we drop 60 frames, all this shit that we're putting into the game might not work. And we want it to just be consistent across the board for y'all. So you guys don't get mad that your game doesn't crash. We don't want a cyberpunk, bro. We don't want a game to absolutely brick your console and then like in store returns. We want you guys to enjoy the game, all of it. You know what I'm saying? All stuff that we're bringing into it, but still do it in a consistent manner where there's no drop-offs, where there's, you know what I'm saying, stuff. He even said sometimes the consoles hit 60, which is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not damage controller for the nigga, but I'm just like, at least he's giving you the bare fact of the matter instead of just trying to lie to you and say, oh yeah, nah, it'll come 60 or something like that. Oh yeah, it hits 60, but it didn't say consistently. And then you guys get bamboozled and all up in arms when it drops and then y'all tank his review score. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just glad that for a game like this, they're locking in and being very open about the process of their decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how mad, like, you know what I'm saying, the basement dwellers and the people using fatback TV still are going to be.
Fatback's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to live with that. They're going to have to eat that. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine as long as that precedent was laid out beforehand. And again, there's just a lot of stuff to be doing. This is the least of my worries. I don't care. I just want to play. There's so much stuff in this game. You think I care? And we'll get to this later. But there's much bigger fish to fry, namely the bugs and glitches, which they've already made a statement on and saying, oh, they have the least amount of bugs and glitches. God bless their QA team because they still going to need some work. I don't believe them until I see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's just some things where they gotta tighten up first, and this is not the hill to die on. This is 100% not the hill to die on. But when you've been awfully quiet, what's happening with this stance, man?
I'm trying to say it in a very nice way possible. So
Don't
this
do
is
it.
like this is the best way I could possibly like illustrate it for for my console brethren who cannot possibly believe in a world without 60 frames per second. Look at what you get. You know how much you paid for your Xbox Series X. I believe it retails at 500. 4K 30 FPS. Now I want you to look up the price of a 4070, which is like how much, which is like what you would need to do like a 4K 30 FPS on a computer. And tell me if that one component, because that's only one part of the computer, is worth your entire more, because it's gonna be what like
Twice.
600, 400 bucks. Like you're paying 400 bucks for just one part of a computer that you would need to run it at like the 60, 4K, whatever.
I'm about to say 4080s now.
Bro. No, 4070, not 4080.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll be able to run a 4070 with one monitor.
Yeah.
And like, tell me if it's worth it. If you're like, no, that's too much, then that's why it's gonna be running at 30 FPS. If you think that it's not worth that much money to run it at anything higher than 30 FPS, like if you're not willing to buy these expensive ass computer parts, which again, I will let you guys know, I'm the first one to tell you as somebody who's paid for this bullshit. You don't need it. If you're not fucking doing anything very specific with all this shit, you don't need it to be 30 FPS because it's a single player game, bro. You don't need the competitive frames on this PC on the CPU. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need 30 extra frames to be better at this single player game, put it on easy mode and save yourself a lot of fucking money.
They won't see the difference at all. They're on 70-inch, 75 hertz monitors. They're not gonna see shit. Like it doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah.
Son, it baffles me every time how console people can just complain about graphical output. I'm like, son, y'all joints are literally like It's straight inferior PCs. Y'all should be lucky them things even staying alive right now. Let alone heating up your damn, you know what I'm saying, your damn room.
Y'all don't even dust them shits.
Right,
Facts.
like facts. But like that, but I feel like your game's more than likely already optimized. More than likely,
Bro.
9 times out of 10,
Y'all
your
gotta do
game is
no
going to be
fixes.
nothing for you. You have to do no fixes. Your game is going to be optimized coming out the box or off download, bro. You don't have to worry about anything. You are perfectly fine. Like 4K 30, don't worry about shit, bro. Like you won't see the differences at all. Like you will be okay. Trust me.
I really
Just play
hate
the
this
game.
argument too because of the fact that ain't Starfield gonna be on Game Pass?
Yep, day
Yeah,
one.
they're not
Day
even-
one.
they're not even gonna- they're not
Day
even gonna pay
one.
for it.
So
They're
they're
not
not,
even paying for
not
it.
even paying upfront cost. They're not even paying upfront cost for this, bro. And they're still
Bro.
trying to run their mouth. I'm like, bro, you're getting this practically for free. Son, just shut up and enjoy it.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I'll be just happy as hell. I mean, I wish we could go back to like when I was getting into gaming as like a child, like, you know, younger and shit, and then like had something like Game Pass. I would never complain.
Bro,
Like-
Never.
Never.
ever, son. Do you know how much time I put into Doritos Crash Course because that shit was free, nigga? You know how much
Right?
time I spent just because it was free? Stop
I
playing with
feel
me.
Even
this
games I
day-
replayed.
I remember like I remember my mom in the summer would leave me like there are times that she would leave the crib and she wouldn't cook, so she'd be like, "Yo, here's $20." I remember I would like me and my brother would like go to McDonald's and eat for $10 so we could both get $5 and doing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
enough
yeah,
so I
yeah.
could get $40 to pay for the
Son.
Fortnite Save the World so I could have something to play for the summer. Bro, y'all don't
Man.
understand.
Son, they don't get it, bro. They don't get it. Foregoing any lunch money you had to get dropped on 3-month Xbox Live cards, bro. What they don't know. They don't know.
They
Not
don't
even that.
know.
Having to make the
Bro.
physical decision of playing RPGs and stuff like that. Just like had a
Yeah.
Facts,
replay
because
value.
you know, because you know that's 40
Yeah,
hours. Because you
yeah.
know you get 40 hours.
Just to have a replay value, like, all right, I can make this character so many times.
Bro, fact.
Bro, I'm just like, when did all this stuff become about point scoring and all this extra stuff? I'm like, son, can't you just enjoy it, bro? And when you can actually come back to this point, because you said it first, and I want you to re-articulate it. You know what I'm saying? What you told me.
What?
Yeah, like
Well,
when all this stuff became about
Oh,
performance
yeah.
scoring.
Like this shit didn't matter in the PS3 era. This shit didn't matter in the PS2 era. This shit, you don't know when this shit really actually started. Because I was telling this to Tripp the other day. This shit started when PlayStation and Xbox had the PlayStation, like their console war in the 4th generation. So when like Sony was trying to sell a PlayStation Pro, that's when they started fucking talking about frames and all that shit. Like that shit never mattered until they were like, yo, we have a pro console to sell. We got to get people to buy it. How are we gonna get people to buy it? Extra frames, bro. People bought PlayStation Pros and had TVs like exactly what y'all said. Had TVs that weren't even getting 60 hertz. Like they're awful for what they have, and they're just in there like, nah, but like it's good though because I got the PlayStation Pro. That's why we are at where we are, is because till this day, like that has become such a huge selling point because they pushed that shit on us in the 4th generation. And honestly, I wish we could go back in time and just fucking worry about the games and not how they perform, because at the end of the day, fucking Assassin's Creed Unity running at 60 FPS is still dog shit. Like it doesn't matter. Like Jesus.
On me, bro. On me. Like, if you still complaining about frame rates, bro, no nigga in real life is going to sit there and debate with you about frame rates unless they are also a loser. Like, I just want to play the game, bro. Is the game good? Is the game not good? That is a simpler question than you think. Damn, bro. Well, yeah, we'll get back to Starfield later down the line. But finally, we have made it to the showcase portion, I guess. We'll do this in order. We'll try and go through everything, give it some grades, talk about some of the stuff that went down. Again, a varying level of details here depending on what the show was about. But first and foremost, we got the PC game show, baby, which was typically the last showcase picked in the Game of Basketball Recess, but had a few different games on tap, including some more info on Baldur's Gate 3, Eder Knights, the reveal of stealth extraction horror game Macabre, and a whole lot more. So I'll throw it to Wen. First and foremost, what did you make of the PC gaming show? Any standout games, any dark horses, anything that you fancied from that showcase?
Alright, so I remember I threw this shit on while my girl was in the bathroom, right? Like she was like doing her nightly routine. And I was like, I'm gonna just like scrub through it to see if there's anything impressive. I saw like two games that I was really, really excited for. And then I remember messaging Tripp and Kai and being like, yo, this shit is actually kind of gas. And then I scrubbed through the rest of the 3 hours and saw almost nothing else. So I was wrong. This shit was not gas. It is very much the PC game show that we remember being very much dummy mid, if not bad. But two games that I saw that were standing out was Punch Club 2. I'm a huge fan of the first game. It's like such a it's an indie game. It was one of my like comfort indie games. It's very chill. It's basically like boxing mixed with Sims. Super fun time, very innovative. It's really dope. And Nova Lands, which got announced, it wasn't announced there. It got announced before, I think at the Latinx and Gaming Showcase, and they just gave it a release date, which is June 22nd, which I'm actually excited about. And that looks like a 2D version of like Satisfactory. So like
Nice.
it looks like there's some pretty cool indie games that they got shown off. But like, and that's like what I think that game show is for. All in all, awful game show. I really wish they would make that shit a lot faster, because there was way too many times where I was scrubbing and I saw people talking. Your showcases should not be majority people talking unless it's like an actual dev. But even then, that's when you leave that up to a YouTube video. Like, show me the game and say, hey, if you want more information, go check out our YouTube. And then that's where you have the dev talking about the thing.
Yeah. I'll throw it to what's it called? Ninjas next before I get my 2 cents in. But go ahead. Did you catch a PC gaming show, Ninjas?
I did not. I forgot this thing even existed, to be honest with you. But after looking at it, kind of skimming through like, you know, the Twitter posts. Shouts out to all the Twitter warriors out there that be updating us about what we getting shown at these showcases. Because in case you can't watch this, I'm not about to scroll through any of this. The only game that I kind of looked at that I kind of like was this road to whatever. The hardcore survival FPS game. It looked cool. I'm kind of like, I like these little hardcore survival games because the content creators that be like kind of framing them like with little stories and cinematics and stuff like that. So they be kind of cool and little aspects of that. But outside of that, it ain't nothing too crazy here. It's the PC showcase. Yeah, it is nothing really crazy. If I was to give this a grade right now, I don't know, D.
Damn, that is.
I'll be nice.
That's tough.
Leave it a D.
You was being way more positive than I thought everybody was gonna be. We'll get to that in a second. Charles, how you feel about it?
If you ain't watching, bro, you can
I did the scrub, but
fair.
I didn't see much that I was excited about. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't seem like anything fire for real.
Tough. Very, very tough. I had the unfortunate displeasure of watching this thing at least halfway in the background and halfway paying attention. So my time was wasted in either measure. So, I guess overall, very, very tough. The format is never on point with this damn PC gaming show. I'd send my hearts out to the people trying to put this shit together, because shout out to the host. He's trying his best, but I'm not tuned in. I'm not tuned in like that. Shout out to Frankie though. Frankie's always great, but they made her like an AI this year in the show. And I was like, come on, son. She didn't pop up to like the end for like 3 seconds. And I'm like, all right, Brody, this is what we doing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? More respect to Frankie, please. Outside of that, the only 2 games that really caught my eye, Macabre actually looked really good. It was the Stealth Extraction horror joint. Actually looked pretty decent. It was like based on it's like a time loop function in there. And that actually looked pretty cool. If I dabble more in stealth, like the Stealth Extraction stuff, I would play that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Tarkov like that. So having a nice little twist on it actually will be pretty interesting. So that looked good. And then there was a game called, oh my gosh, what was it called? Parcel Core. Parcel Core looked dope.
Looked good. Yeah, that did look good.
Parcel Core looked dope. It looked super, super dope. It's basically like a crazy taxi style ass game. Like you're on a bike making deliveries. You do all these cool ass tricks. It just reminded me again, like people say Crazy Taxi was a comparison. I get like, what's it called? Oh my gosh, Jet Set vibes from it. I get Jet Set vibes. Yeah. Like it looked good. Yeah. And like that, I'm like, okay, cool. That's in the back pocket. We definitely gonna keep an eye out for that. Everything else, You know, it might be a surprise, but otherwise I'm not checking out for. Letter grade, D minus.
Damn.
You can hold that, bro. PC gaming show is always an absolute slog to get through, bro. I promise. It's a pain in the ass to watch. And it only be like 2 gems. It hurts. I was about to say what I said D minus. What's it called? Ninjas. You said what? C minus?
I'm getting a C minus because then they talk about Baldur's Gate there. Baldur's Gate makes me happy, so yeah.
I mean, that's fair, but yeah, Baldur's Gate already had hella information on it. But yeah, no, that's fair. Teach his own.
I'll be nice.
All right, fair play. We got somebody nicer than me on the pod this time. Let's go. I can be negative.
Not for long.
Yeah, no, probably.
Not for long.
All right, Charles, letter grade.
I'll give it about a D.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And when?
Oh, I said D. If I can actually D minus, that shit is 3 hours. 3
Indeed.
hours, and we talked about like 2 to 3 indie games that they showed for like 45 seconds. Yeah, no, awful.
Yeah, big buns. Oh my gosh, terrible. Anyways, moving on to the next showcase we got shown in this period. We had Capcom up next, and they shed some light on Path of the Goddess, which is basically the same damn trailer they showed the Xbox showcase. Mega Man X Dive offline for mobile devices, a brand new trailer for Pragmata, but it had basically an indefinite delay that came with it. An Ace Attorney trilogy package coming in 2024, and some more Dragon's Dogma 2 footage. Now, not the craziest show, but Charles, how'd you feel?
I thought it was really good, low key. I didn't really expect much. I played one of the Dragon Dogmas before, you know. But they look really good. I think that they started strong. There's a kind of like weak points in there, of course. But it was good. I enjoyed it overall.
Mm-hmm. Fair play. Ninjas, how'd you feel about Capcom?
It was all right. I think Capcom is like one of those companies that don't really need a showcase for real.
Yeah.
It was all right. I like Dragon's Dogma. I'm really excited for it. I'm glad they've shown more about it. But like, unless they're talking about like Resident Evil, like I don't really care for the showcase, to be honest with you.
And that's what I was saying. I'm like, bro, this needs some Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Wen? Come on.
No, bro. Like every single thing they do is fucking Resident Evil. Don't get me wrong. Like I think it's great IP. Love the games. Like genuinely, they are good games. But I honestly expected them in this showcase to drop Monster Hunter or Monster Hunter News or something because Monster Hunter Rise just wrapped. Now I know they're not going to show me a trailer for the next Monster Hunter game when like the new one came out maybe 2 years ago. Like we got maybe. If we're talking like a Monster Hunter for like a PS5 PC type vibe, I'm thinking we got like 3 years until that game is out. So maybe 2 years or a year until we see anything about it. But I think Capcom, this showcase is very on par for what Capcom does, which is like, I think of them as like a role player. Like if this was basketball, they know they do the best assists. Like look at Street Fighter with PlayStation. I think that was announced at a PlayStation showcase. Like that did numbers, but that's not a PlayStation game. That's a Capcom game. So like with their showcases, it's like when you see like you're like the second or third best player on a basketball team, like shooting around in like a gym. It's like, oh, it's cool that it's him. It's not gonna wow me. Like I'm not gonna run over there to find to get a signature. But I'm like, yo, it's cool that they got their little thing going. Honestly,
Where your man's at?
it's like, yo, oh look, it's blah blah blah. That's sick. And then like you go do your workout. Like it's whatever. Like I fucked with it, but it definitely was something that if you skipped, you would not be missing a lot of. Like the only cool thing they showed was like a Mega Man game, but it's a mobile game. Like why spit in my face like that? Come on. You know we've been needing a new Mega Man game. Dragon Dogma, great, but we already seen this. But it's still a good time. So if I had to give this like a C, it was okay. It's whatever.
Yeah. They ain't show much. Pragmata looked cool, but again, they came with an indefinite delay. So I'm like, that was tough. That was a tough run up. Dragon's Dogma 2 again looked really, really dope. Again, but you know, we knew that was coming. That's down the pipeline. You know, Capcom really doesn't save too many crazy surprises for these showcase. They probably have like maybe one in the tuck, but they don't chalk it full, honestly. Pretty bog standard. I'd say C minus. Overall, but they just didn't have much to go off of. But what they did show, you know, again, was solid. And not too much crazy stuff going on though.
I feel like this would have been better if they showed something with like Resident Evil 4 separate ways.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I would have bumped up to a C if I saw Separate Ways DLC.
Yeah, if it was Resident Evil.
Listen, don't worry, man. They'll be back on the showcases soon. Don't worry.
I don't doubt that.
All right, man. Everybody gave it a letter grade. Everybody said what?
I'm gonna give it a C minus.
C minus. Okay, C minus. C minus. When you said what? C.
Yeah, C minus.
C minus. Charles, you said.
I said a B. I said B.
B? Wow. Dang.
Yeah, I think it was good. I think like the core fans of like certain games, they would have been happy.
Yeah.
So I think for them it was pretty decent. Like I said, the Dragon's Dogma, that looked great.
Ace Attorney was pretty
Ace
sick.
Attorney was pretty sick, right? So I think they had the moments in there to hold it to a B. Everything else just like wasn't my game. So like I can't knock them for that. But I think they did a good showcase overall.
Damn, the guys catch you being positive? That's crazy.
Ooh, me? I'm always positive. What?
No.
I'm always positive.
Yeah, listen, sometimes. But it's all right. No, I'm fucking with you. Man. All right, that's fair. Moving on to Ubisoft. Ubisoft Forward was a day or two ago on Monday the 12th as of this recording, and we have some more meat and potatoes on offer. So let's break it down. Let's stop through some of the major ones here. First and foremost, they opened up with Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, showing off the that's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on. They showed off Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, all the open world, all the new story elements, and what we're going to get into when we're going back on the planet. Just more the story and plot line. Launching December 7th. Who was that? Who yawned?
It was me. Bro, that game looked ass.
Yeah.
Game looked ass. I'm sorry. It was not good. Like, I know y'all like the whole arc.
Y'all.
And all arc, and also you wanted the anthem to be good. I get it. You wanted this style of game, but it don't look good, boss. I'm sorry.
Wow, I
It
actually
don't
like
look
how
good.
Avatar looked.
Nah, bro.
Talk about it, ninjas. Talk about it, ninjas.
Nah,
Talk
bro.
about it. Talk about
That
it.
shit look
Let them talk.
ass.
Let them talk.
I feel like me and Tripp, I think this is like literally down the middle with us, and that's crazy. I thought it looked cool.
Huh?
Like, I thought it looked cool. Nobody thought it looked cool.
I'll go
That
play
shit-
Monster Hunter if y'all buy that shit, bro. I just go play Monster Hunter, bro.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. Like, I don't.
No, don't do that. Fake it, please. Please fake it.
Be fake. Lie.
Hey, man. Shout out to Ubisoft, man. They're putting out some really great experiences together. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to who?
Listen,
You told me to lie. What do you want me to do?
that's funny. I'm surprised I didn't actually
No.
like this. Well,
Surprise.
Yeah, no, wait, hold on. Let me be honest.
Surprise, I didn't.
Let me be honest. All right. Me personally, I'm not interested. Me personally, I could not care less for the IP or the people, you know what I'm saying, or the studio making it in this sense. I don't care for open world stuff like that anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, unless it's really, really striking me, I'm not jumping into open world stuff like crazy anymore. Like, I'm just different mind space. But for the general perspective, I can see how this could be successful. It's a very, very famous IP to some people, you know what I'm saying, out there. It did numbers in the theaters. For what reasons, I don't know still.
Did it?
It did.
I genuinely don't know. Did it do numbers?
Nah, it did numbers. It dropped. Did it drop a billion?
Second one?
Yeah, the second
It's
one.
not.
Oh,
I don't know if it broke even because the fucking budget is enormous, but I think it did. I think it did pretty high.
Son, I'm about to look up. I'm gonna Google it. It did 2 billion. It did 2.2 billion. 2.3 billion.
Okay, maybe there's some money laundering involved now. Now
yeah,
that number is absurd.
Has to be.
That number is absurd. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Son, they cooked.
I'm not saying like
And they were profitable with 500 mil.
They made $500 million off of that film.
Yep.
Okay, I
Wow.
don't believe it. But
I have.
Bro, it's a glorified tech demo, but that's a whole nother conversation.
I
So-
thought the game looked cool.
Mm.
I'll tell y'all about. Go ahead, Win.
But yeah,
no, like
go ahead.
I think like if you're a fan of the fucking media of that, if you're a fan of Avatar, sure, it looked cool. It looked like to me it looked like a pretty mid Ubisoft game. and I've ingested enough of those to the point where my doctor's like, you need to stop. Like, you don't need to put this in your body anymore. Like it's okay, I guess. You could ride on the shit, and then you could ride on the other thing, and like you could fucking shoot arrows at the big tanks. Cool. I'm not really impressed. Like you would have to do, but I was never going to be impressed with this game regardless. Like this was never going to captivate me. So I can't really even shit on this game too much because this was never for me, and like I have to accept that.
You see what I'm saying? I agree. It's like, yo, I'm not in that bucket anymore where y'all appealing to me, especially with the IP. Like this, I don't care. I don't care. But given the commercial success of the IP and how big it is, I feel like it actually is a decent mesh with Ubisoft's open world format. My only thing is they would have to make the open world shit more meaningful. They would have to put a lot more oomph into how they orientate their open world stuff and not just, again, point A to point B, go to this tower, reveal the area, do a couple random shits, and then call it a day. They need to have much more meaning behind that. And this is just speaking to Ubisoft in general as they approach their open world games. But for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the actual matchup between them and Ubisoft actually it's good synergy. Pandora's a really open world, a lot of different spaces, again, a lot of different modes of exploration, how to get around and traverse. I can see it. I'm just not with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I see what y'all are doing. Hats off. But I'm just not with y'all. Good luck though.
They trying to have a mid off. I'm sorry, brother. That's ooh, I don't know, bro. I just don't know.
Hey, listen.
Y'all let me know how that game goes.
Yeah, you said it.
For sure.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me. That's all.
Funny as hell. I agree with you, Tripp. I think with Avatar, it just looked cool in the aspect of like the Far Cry type engine type deal. With Avatar, I feel like that's like the best place for it. I'm not arguing with y'all against like how mid these be and everything. I just thought that worked really well, and I'm like, that might be something to like, check out. You know what I'm saying? As it come out and whatnot, and we see more about it. But I honestly do agree with y'all with this, like, am I going to go to this tower and then like unlock this new space, and then now I got to go to this base and everything. I do agree with it. I just thought it was cool that it looked like, it fit like so well.
Yeah. Stylistically, it's a good match. It definitely is a good match. Now, will I be tuning in because of that match? Absolutely not. But I respect the link there. I respect the chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for people to be like, oh, I gotta go to the big tree so I can like attach my ponytail so I can scan the area around me.
Nah, they finna be on some freak shit, bro. Y'all trying to connect tails? Like, what's up,
Like,
bro?
no,
bro.
bro.
Y'all got it.
And I tell you right now, if I see online that you're loading up that map and it looks anything like Far Cry Primal's map, I'm gonna be pissed off. Oh, we gonna be on your ass, baby. Ubisoft, watch your back.
Tripp's gonna look at them and be like, they did the thing everybody expected them to do.
I'm just saying. How the hell you fit a Far Cry Primal map into a completely different game? Like, it's a whole different geography, son.
I just can't wait for the blue.
This is gonna be a reskin, bro. This is gonna be a reskin, dog.
Bro.
The blue dude's gonna be like, have you ever heard of the definition of insanity?
Shut up. All right, fair play. All right, moving on to the next one though. X Defiant, we have seen that before. The game they definitely had a closed beta, but they dropped news that they're looking to launch fully later this year and rolled out their content slate with a preseason of 14 maps, 5 factions, 5 modes, and 24 weapons. And then thereafter in season 1, drop 4 new factions, 12 new weapons, and 12 new maps. So just a thought of them coming out into a full launch and what they had for their content slate. How'd you feel about that? Let's start with Charles. He's booing.
No. For this, so don't be wrong. Shooters aren't in a great position. I'll say that. I don't think they are. But however, as someone who played the beta, I think that if they do some fixes as far as balance goes, like with some of the weapons, I felt were a little too overpowered, and a lot of the healing aspects were OP. If they and the defensive ones as well, but if they fix some balance patches, I think this game will be amazing.
Nah,
like this game,
sure.
I'm not gonna say amazing. I'll play it.
Definitely
I'll play it
viable.
as my shooter. I'll say that.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Yeah.
COD killer.
Nah, I hear
it. It felt good playing in the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Like besides some of the overpowered things. If they tune those a little bit, I think this would be a pretty smooth game to play.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you.
Nah, 100. Ninjas, how'd you feel about this news on XDefiant?
I didn't get to play the beta or play it yet. I only watch people play it and stuff. It's good to have competition in this realm of FPS because Call of Duty is so like, the king of it right now, and people just play it out of spite and everything. I like the aspect of how it looks with the boots on the ground and everything, the abilities and stuff. It reminds me, it's cool. Problem is with this and with like a lot of shooters, I feel like this is gonna die. I feel like I feel like it's gonna die after like a couple months. It's just one of those things with like Call of Duty. Like as long as Call of Duty announces a new game and this game is like in this prime, whatever, people are gonna hop off this game and play Call of Duty. It's just one of those things.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But I'll jump on it next. They have a chance to actually carve out some viable player base that will actually sustain the game. Now, this is the thing we've said with every game, and in specific with shooters. We've said this time and time again on the podcast. If your content isn't ready, don't drop the game. If you don't have content lined up at least 2 to 3 months in advance, don't drop the game. Possibly even further. Just because how quickly people eat up content, eat up a new gun, a new map, a new whatever. Just play through the game, recycle until they get bored of it. You need to have your stuff on point at all times. Like we've seen the full life cycle of Halo Infinite as it came out hot fire and then dropped hot trash. You know what I'm saying? Because no content was there to back it up. We've seen how quickly those wells dry up if you do not have the content ready. The fact that they came out front and said, hey, again, the preseason stuff, when we drop, we're going to have everything, standard. I'm assuming this is like basically everything from the beta. 14 maps is good for a free game.
Yes.
14 maps is really solid for a free game.
Yes.
Yeah. This is free to play. Yeah, it's free to play.
It does be cool. I mean, it's just that thing. I agree with you to an extent with like the content, like helping the life cycle of the game stand up. The problem is, and we see this like so many different times, once these AAA shooters drop, when these smaller games or like these games that are like supposed to compete in a way in that same realm, we see that drop off there. And then if they hit, like, we would have to just see the test. If Call of Duty drops their shooter when this game drops, after this game drops or whatever, you know what I'm saying? How will it stand up? That's what I would want.
And I'm not saying they'll beat them, but can they sustain enough?
How do you say they need to beat them?
They just gotta stand. Yeah. Can they stand, like at least stand in the rain type shit? Can they stand in the storm? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I hear you.
Player base.
Yeah. No, I hear you, and I think they're at least setting a good precedent having that preseason of that amount of maps, factions, all that stuff from the jump, and then having content in their first season, like right after the game drops, and then having that across the whole thing. Like, people are gonna run. I'll give people 3 weeks max to be fully tired of the preseason content, and once that's done, to go right into season 1. Go right into the season 1 content. You know what I'm saying? Once that's done, like 6 weeks, something like that, maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Go right into the next thing. Like, they have to be snappy with it, and I think they understand that. I actually think they understand that. I think they have a good team behind them.
Their deployment plan looks really good for this year.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, they have the content that they expect to keep this game alive. Like, it looks like a good plan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, 100%. Simple question to win. You ready to drop an extra fine, my boy?
So no. I played the beta and I had fun until I hit lag, and that shit was god awful, bro. I think it needs a lot of tender loving care to get that game to the point where it needs to be the COD killer. Will I play it? I don't see why not. It's a free COD-like shooter. Like, I feel like that's what we really needed. Like, we don't need another battle royale. We need like something like that, something just quick and fun. And like, it kind of feels like Fortnite to me, in a sense of like, I'm just gonna get on when my friends get on, and we're just gonna vibe out, Like, I'm not here to like become the next XDefiant pro. It's more so like, I just want to play this when my friends are online, because I think we would all have a good time playing it. I think their plan is cool, but yeah, not really looking forward to this game too much.
Yeah, fair play. There also is an open beta coming June 21st to 23rd on all current gen platforms and PC. So those who want to try the open test, you know what I'm saying, make sure you get in there.
Yeah, I'm a try.
Yeah, I'm a,
We dropping in, boys?
yeah, I'm gonna
Oh
definitely be
yeah,
tapped in.
I'm gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in there.
I'm gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
tapped in, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a drag Win in there because he's gonna be in there for the vibes. So.
I played it when I think I played it with Max. So like if I'm willing to play the
Oh
game.
yeah, that's
Just,
fair.
Don't expect me to be. Don't expect me to have good things to say.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, man. But next up, we had Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is a new 2D Metroidvania style switch up for the series. You're playing as Sargon, the youngest of 7 members of a skilled warrior group, going crazy. You're dealing with time powers. Enemies got time powers. A whole bunch of platforming. Great stuff going on. Dropping January 18, 2024. Let's roll to win first. How'd you feel about this?
Oh, this is like the best thing they could have did for this franchise. I'm not gonna lie. I see a lot of people hating on it, and you're idiots. That's the only thing I really have to say about that. It's just like, so here's the thing. The thing that made Prince of Persia so amazing was one, rewinding time. Super gas mechanic, loved it. We all had a good time. The second thing for me was just the platforming. It was a really good third person action adventure game. It had awesome platforming. It was just all around an amazing game. Fast forward a couple of years, ever since like the last installment, a lot of the games that we played, a lot of the action adventure games, all have the platforming of Prince of Persia. You know what I'm saying? So now when you look at it from that angle of like, how can we make a Prince of Persia game and set it apart from everything else without people being like, oh, it's just like another Assassin's Creed? Because you got to think about it, like, it's like Prince of Persia walks, so Assassin's Creed could run.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can you do with Prince of Persia that's gonna feel fresh and it's gonna get people who are not already fans of Prince of Persia to pick it up? Exactly what they just did. They made it an entirely new experience while keeping some of the things that a lot of people love, which is the rewinding time, which is like the cool story, the cool character designs. It looks like a really fun game. They took an IP that was essentially dead. We were never getting another Prince of Persia like we were like the old ones or the reboot. But this is a new return to form. And honestly, if enough of y'all engage with this shit, maybe we will get those third-person action adventure games. But I don't think we really need them because all the things that you're looking for from a Prince of Persia game, the only thing that you're missing is a rewind mechanic. And you can throw the rewind mechanic on like Jedi Fallen Order, and it has the platforming of Prince of Persia. It has combat similar, if not better than Prince of Persia. Like you could get those Prince of Persia feels from other games. So they needed to evolve, or they were just going to be stagnant.
Nah, that's real. That's real. I can jump in on it next, and let me double down. You buffoons who are mad about all these people. Oh, why are they going 2D? It's a kid game. Shut your dumb ass up and move out the way so I can pre-order. That's all I say. At this stage in the game, bro, this looked hot. This looked hot. This is exactly what Prince of Persia needed to be differentiable, to be, again, distinct, and just feel good. Like, son, I don't know if you saw the extended gameplay that was attached to this as well. It just looks good, man. It just looks good. This shit actually makes me want to like try puzzles with time. Me doing puzzles actively? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that stuff. I don't do that. Not you know what I'm saying? Not out of my own leisure. Not out of my own volition. I don't do that, bro. But I was like, I'm fully prepared to do that when this game touched down. Like, this looked really, really good. This is one of the best surprises I think we got out of the entire, showcase season. And this is definitely one of those standout games that I think, again, head and shoulders above most of the stuff that we saw over this past 10 days. Really, really good stuff. Charles, how'd you feel about it?
Prince of Persia looked. I don't think I could say anything that you guys did not already say. It looks really good. I saw a lot of people hating on the reboot, but I'm like, bro, this isn't Prince of Persia. Like, no, it's not. This is it's not its own game, but it's its own identity. But it is still Prince of Persia in every aspect that you can think of. It has the time. It has the
platforming.
It has everything that you
combat,
need.
all that stuff. Like, what are you talking about, bro? This is it.
Everything you can want.
They're just mad. The main character has Killmonger locks now. That's what it is. That's what the problem is. I'm like, then get over it.
That's all it is.
Tough.
Yeah,
that's very tough, buddy. I don't know what else to tell you, man. But Ninja, what you make of Prince of Persia?
It looked cool. I thought it looked cool. It was a good take on it with the 2D aspect. I think it looked like fire. I'm not really into platformers and puzzles and stuff like that, so I might not play it myself. But I'm gonna see when it comes out, how it's looking, and then look at more gameplay and stuff to see if that's something I might tackle in the future. But it looked really good. I'm happy that the franchise ain't fucking going. So
Yeah.
it's something different. I think it's added something here that ain't out right now, and I love that.
Factuals, man. The Metroidvania, you know what I'm saying? The Metroidvania genre has just been cooking up over the past few years. They've been eating very, very well. And I'm glad Prince of Persia dipped into that because it makes sense. It really, really does make sense. 100%. All right. Then we had some other sections. Some dude looking like a legendary Fortnite skin that came out and announced a Far Cry Blood Dragon anime. Division mobile game titled Resurgence was announced after a bunch of CGI, and then just a mobile screen popped up, which pissed me off. Skull and Bones got an open beta coming through. Roller Champs X Jet Set Radio collaboration. Where did that game go? Master Chief and the Arbiter in Brawlhalla. Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope DLC with Rayman coming. I am so sorry when. Crew Motorfest trailer for a September release. Assassin's Creed Nexus is coming to MetaQuest VR this year. AC, a codename Jade, had some more footage ahead of its mobile release. Any of those fancied anybody, or is it nap time?
I'm so mad that they announced that Far Cry Blood Dragon. I really thought that was a game. He made it seem like he was about to announce a game, but he said an anime. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I wanted my time.
Listen.
Oh, I also want to be a seaman. Y'all want to be seaman?
Hey, yo, whoa, what you mean, brother?
Skull and Bones. Yeah.
Listen.
Okay. Still no. The answer still no.
Clarify, buddy. I'm on my Kevin Gates regimen. I'm retaining right now. Sorry, can't do it. Apologize.
He's on the Ashwagandha.
Oh shoot, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Overall, this whole section was a yawn. I will say though, the Blood Dragon anime does look cool. Blood Dragon is always an interesting IP. Yeah. Outside of the dude looking like Sora in the Space Paranoids or some shit like that.
Hey, that's crazy. I liked it.
Yeah, listen, his fit was something. But I like the trailer though. It looked good. Division Mobile. When is the Division gonna die? I don't know. But
I thought it was dead, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you,
bro. Tom Clancy games are in the mud right now. We need help.
I literally made a tweet that said, "Ain't Division dead?" And niggas really came into my tweet like, "No, I played it last week. Where y'all at?"
Last week.
Wait, is there still content for that game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
How are they still playing it?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. What's the last Tom Clancy game? Like, was it Breakpoint? Is that it?
I think so.
The fact that I have to rack my brain to find the name is problem in and of itself. But yeah, you did all that cutscene talk to just give me a mobile game. Ass. Skull and Bones got an open beta. I'm going to try and play that so I can, get my final opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I have my reservations. I'm not going to say what I really want to say, but I will say I'll be in there to, confirm or deny any I guess biases I may have. I'll be there. Roller Champs X Jet Set Radio, same thing I said before. Just sorry to that game, just didn't last as long. Master Chief and the Arbiter in Brawlhalla. Shout out to all the 12-year-olds who don't know who Master Chief and Arbiter is. Mario Rabbids DLC. How you feel about that?
Fuck you.
Okay, cool. Warms my heart. Crew Motorfest, yawn. AC Nexus MetaQuest, who has that, yawn. AC codename Jade actually looks good, but my phone will actually burn up in my hand. I am so sorry. We got to give it a slight yawn, but that is what it is. Any objections? Anybody else call anything in that section?
No, I'll be on your ship with you, bro.
Fair.
That's all.
Fair play. Next up, we had an in-depth look at Assassin's Creed Mirage and Basim's journey in the story, ancient Baghdad, how the gameplay will look, all that stuff to switch back to the more classical style of Assassin's Creed. What did we make of that? Let's roll to Charles first.
Is Assassin's Creed like a new IP or something? Because I don't know. This was a lot of it. I don't quite know how they think that every one of their IPs is going to sell. Yeah, that's where I am right now.
It's just a lot.
It's just a lot. Like literally, it's just a lot of games. They dropped 3 games?
Yeah, they dropped a lot. Again, given one of them was mobile, one of them was VR, but they Assassin's Creed is it's the cash cow at this point, man. It's the cash cow.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. What's their beef with like one game at a time? Cash cow beef. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, get him out of here, boy.
That's crazy, brother.
I'm moving on to ninjas. What is your opinion on this?
I mean, I love Assassin's Creed. I like the different iterations, what they did and everything. I'm happy that they trying to go back to like the roots. I saw some power up shit though, with him doing like them Eagle Vision instant transmission shit though, and I thought that was like kind of weird to be in Assassin's Creed. But at this point, the game is more than what it used to be in the beginning with like Assassin's Creed 2 and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it looked cool. I don't think I need to rush out and buy it or anything. I would never pre-order it. I would definitely just wait for this to drop, and if I saw it on a cool sale, I would definitely play it. It looked cool though.
No,
but
fair.
Nothing crazy.
When how'd you feel about Assassin's Creed Mirage? I know we got a little bit of your raw reaction on the watch back.
Bro, who cares? Like that's just kind of how I feel about that. It's like it looked like the Assassin's Creed game we should have got instead of Origin. I feel like this is stupid late, but like not even after Origin. I want to say like near Odyssey. Like Odyssey, I don't think we should have got a Valhalla. I think they should have went back to Mirage at that point. And just make Valhalla you could have just called that game Valhalla and just dropped it as like a regular a Viking story, and people would have been like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, like to me, the Assassin's Creed ship has sailed. Every year it sails, and I see it go by every year, and I'm never like, man, I wish I would have got it on it this time around. I'll be all right. I'll wait for the next one that will drop 2 weeks after this one.
Damn, that just reminded me. I need to make a video about Assassin's Creed. Oh my gosh, that actually reminds me. I'm like, yo, like I stopped caring. And I used to ride for Assassin's Creed hard. Like Assassin's Creed, like I would have, scrapped with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a hard argument. What you talking shit about Assassin's Creed for? I would have been like talking about him like somebody was that one dude from the Love Sosa intro was talking about Chief Keef. Like it would have been that serious. It would have been that serious at one point. But then I just stopped caring. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it wasn't necessarily.
Fuckers on Reddit talk about Ezio ain't that.
Shut the fuck up.
So y'all don't live with that nigga.
Y'all don't live with that nigga.
Y'all was jumping off the towers,
bro.
Y'all was in Firenze with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, they don't know, man. They don't know. But that's another topic for another day of which is, I guess, my mindset and how it changed with Assassin's Creed. Definitely has to do with Desmond dying and them fucking the story, but that's another thing. Mirage, I'm very interested in playing this. I do want to play this day one just because I'm not a purist. I'm not a fucking snob. I just like the old format. I just like what it was. You know what I'm saying? Just the one stab is a kill. That is nice. You know what I'm saying? Just the classical, you know what I'm saying? Like you're an assassin. As much as possible, you're an assassin. Yeah. And not like, you know what I'm saying? Like a superhero, the $6 million man or $6 million woman, like kicking people through walls and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand some of the powers that are involved because of like, the Apple of Eden, all the ancient artifacts, all that shit like that. But to me, I like the balance where it was just, if there's too many niggas around you, you will get jumped and you will die. So you need to run. Like the sensible, you know what I'm saying, play style around it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the weight of being an assassin in terms of gameplay, and I like that. I really did like it. So I'm glad it is coming back. I like what I saw from Mirage. It looked really, really sharp. I like what I see from the story. Basim has always been an interesting character to me, at least from everything that I watched and looked into from again his story from before, from what I saw. So I'm interested. I'm one of the few who is like, yo, I'll play this day one just because I'm excited to get back into the roots of it. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of everything after, they're going to go to Japan, and then they might as well just reboot the entire franchise and just like fix their story. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But yeah, Mirage wasn't bad for me. I liked it. And there's no objections. All right, cool. I'm moving on.
Yeah,
all right.
No, you're good.
I was waiting for one to say, bruh, that shit ass. All right, cool. Anyways, the big finale was, of course, for Star Wars Outlaws, which is Ubisoft's open world Star Wars title set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, as you play as, notable struggler Kay Vess, alongside her pet Nyx and partner Droid. Had some opening sections that give a feel of the exploration, and just the range of combat and everything we'll be getting into. Some really interesting, I guess, just transitions from, from running on the ground to being in a chase, going straight to space. Some really, really cool stuff coming in 2024. Let's roll to our aficionado on Star Wars stuff. You know what I'm saying? I guess the head honcho, if you would say, of some Star Wars information, pride and joy in his heart. Ninjas, what's going on? Talk to me.
Well, by my calculations, I feel like Star Wars. No, but for real though, I do have a lot to say about this game. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much. This game is I was never looking for a Star Wars game made by Ubisoft. However, as a Star Wars fan, we gotta let them cook because you don't get a lot of Star Wars games. That's literally like the only reason I'm behind this game. We don't get a lot of Star Wars games, original IPs at that. It's always kind of reusing the same tropes and stuff like that. I'm kind of happy that they did something different with like the time period that they doing it in, and like the story they trying to tell with like the smuggler chick. The only thing I was kind of sad about, because when I thought open world Ubisoft game, I thought we were going to get like a created character type deal, which I think Star Wars could just benefit a lot from doing those type of things, but at the end of the day, Star Wars fans, we trying to eat somehow, some way. Crumbs, we trying to take something. But it looked cool. I'm kind of like wanting to see more about it because what they showed kind of felt like a slideshow to me. More so like, hey, here's a little stealth mechanic. Here's you using your animal to like kind of click something. Oh, you get in a fight. Oh, you riding on the like. It kind of felt like that. I wanted to see more like with it, but at the same time, they kind of like feeding us and feeding us,
just
and
giving us a vertical slice.
So it is what it is. I mean, it looked cool. I'm happy. It's just we're getting Star Wars games in general, and keeping the hope alive for like IPs to come back and like they redo stuff or like add more stuff. I can only be happy for that. So overall, it looked like a cool experience. I wanted to see like how the droid plays into the part more, because like is that a companion or is this somebody that's just talking to you that's in the ship?
Yeah, fair. Charles, how'd you feel about Outlaws?
Well, as the secondary Star Wars fanatic, I don't know. No, let me. But no, I think that it left much to be desired.
Yeah.
As a Star Wars shooter-esque game, for me personally, I'm all for expanding lore. But for I don't know, this is an unnamed. I'm assuming she's a scavenger, like an unnamed scavenger with this cute ass pet and another droid to bring into the lore. It's cool. I just wish like if they did make a shooter, we would have got maybe a Han Solo or maybe a some type of bounty hunter in some aspect. I think for a game like this, I don't know. I feel like you need a name. I think you need a name behind it, especially since there are no force abilities or lightsabers or anything that we get from traditional Star Wars. There were aspects that I really did like. Of course, flying the ship in space reminded me of the gummy Kingdom Heart joint.
Talk to him.
Yes, sir. But I don't know. It just left more to be desired. It didn't look bad. It just didn't look great.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I'll turn it over to the alleged third in command for Star Wars information. I don't know. He hides it well. But how'd you feel about it?
As somebody who left Star Wars to go pick up milk and never came back, I think that this game was very interesting, very bold move. Because I agree with what Charles says, but I don't think it's necessarily like dead in the water kind of thing.
Nah.
When they decided I'm not gonna do a bounty hunter, because like that's when you think of no force things, you're like, oh, what's the second coolest thing you could be in that world?
Yeah.
Oh, a bounty hunter. I think smuggler is useful. I played a little bit of Old Republic, the online version, and like I was a smuggler, and I had a lot of fun in the class because it was a different take on being being in the Star Wars universe. I think it's very interesting, and it leaves a lot of space for you to for them to really work with, because like if you do bounty hunter, like you kind of have to like do the Mandalorian code. And not to say that you can't make a bounty hunter game. Please don't take that. Don't put. I'm not putting that in the universe. It's more so like I think it's something that we don't really get to see quite as often. This smuggler route. But what I will say is that the world, the set pieces are cool. The gameplay did not wow me whatsoever. It looked very mid. It looked very. I don't even like saying mid, but it looked very Ubisofty. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's like it looked like they were playing a Ubisoft game, and that's such a negative. That just feels like an insult, but like that's kind of what it felt like. It was like, oh, the shooting looks okay, the platforming looks okay, the stealth looks okay, like the AI looks regular. Like it's might be cool. I think if you're a Star Wars fan, definitely a solid pickup. But if you're somebody who's like, let me pick this up because I like sci-fi shit in general, not really a Star Wars fan, you might be like, this is whatever.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And as an active hater, no, I'm playing. I'm joking. I don't I don't hate Star Wars. Let me chill out. But I will say this. I think I'm in most of agreement with what Wen said. I will start with the constructive, aka negative. That gameplay definitely did look dry. That looked a little bit ashy. It looked a little bit not cookie cutter, just rough, rigid, without fluidity. No WD-40 in it. You know what I mean? Like it felt, again, just very, very stiff. Just very stiff. I was hoping that there would be a little bit more fluidity in some of the action, some of the cover-to-cover stuff that you're doing with shooters. I just hope that there's a lot more time for polish when it comes out, you know what I'm saying, next year, to really smooth out the gameplay between shooting, again, traversing the environment. I feel like as, you know what I'm saying, this character, I feel like you need to be very, very, you know, nimble. You know what I'm saying? I saw like some of the things, like the quick fire animation, like when she was caught and then she just like fired two off the hip. That was dope. I like that. I want to be able to like feel that smoothness throughout the rest of the gameplay. Maybe it was the person who was playing it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because you know, sometimes the demo person playing it never gives it the full justice, you know, so that could be a part of the equation. But I just want that gameplay to feel smoother just as a transition from all this stuff. Now, the vehicle transition from the port to space was fantastic, going straight into it. That was wonderful. That's exactly what I want to see from any spacefaring game, especially in the Star Wars universe. That's exactly what we want. That wowed me. That impressed me. I was like, I did not know Ubisoft actually had that in the bag. Respect. Now, how that's going to play out in terms of what it will be, again, like is it actually going to be, you know, like fully, I think it will be fully open world where you can just, like, you know, leave from whatever port you're at and go there, you know what I'm saying, you know, have a certain playable area and then hit hyperdrive to go wherever else next, you know what I'm saying. I think that's a possibility. I think that will happen, which is good. We just need to see more. We just need to see more at this stage. And I'll argue against your point, Chauce, about having a main character, having like a notable name on it. I honestly don't think you do for certain games, especially in the Star Wars universe. I like when certain stories are built up from the ground up. I really do. Like, again, I didn't know who the hell Cal Kestis was when Jedi Survivor came out, but I was like, he's a Jedi. Yeah. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I associate him with a lot more stuff, and it's easy to tie him in to the rest of the Star Wars, you know what I'm saying, mythos now, because he built that story up. Again, he wasn't the most crazy character, and I'm still playing through the second one, so give me some time to figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so he still established that. He still established that. You know what I'm saying? And even I'll even say this further. Way back when, again, me talking about the games that I love just being canceled and shit on, Star Wars 1313. I didn't know a damn thing about any of the two characters that were in that playable demo or whatever. But the fact of like, yo, we're going down deep into like the underbelly, like just the concept of it and having a shooter in that range interested me off the top. Like, I don't care who was a part of that. Having cameos or whatever could have been cool. Maybe a notable name could take it over the top, but I already knew. Yeah. I think Star Wars does a good job building unknown characters up in general, no matter what medium it's in. That like just it's a good segue, taking people from like the periphery straight to like, you know, the center of attention and people actually caring for them and developing some type of, you know, bond with those characters. So I'm not mad at them picking somebody brand new. If it was a curated character, that would have been like the best thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm thumbs up that it's a woman. If it's a white woman, the jury's still out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's other stuff people got to solve in time. It wasn't a white dude, so maybe it's a positive. It's something up there. You know what I mean? But we're making strides. We're making strides. So, but I'm not mad at them picking somebody that's an unknown or just a brand new character to make the story known.
I hear that. I mean, I can't like really say you're wrong for that, but but
but I'm wrong.
No. So I think the problem with not even a problem. The thing about Cal, he's a Jedi.
Yeah,
we're gonna play him regardless.
Yeah.
Like she is a scavenger for all that we know.
Yeah,
like, we have no real context as to who she is or what she does. We can only assume that she is a scavenger. And for me, that's not enough to hold me interested. Like I can scavenge anything in the game as Cal because I want to find shit on the floor for my builds or whatever. But I don't know. I just think she has to be notable, like at least in the role that she's playing.
That's fair. It just really all depends. It all depends.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just want that gameplay to be smooth. You could have put Jar Jar Binks in this bitch, and I don't care.
That shit would have been gas. No, that shit would have been gas.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit would have been absolutely gas.
Hella Misa, shoot these niggas. Like we could
But
have.
we also know
that
Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord, so
yeah, it's also fair. It's a fair point. Fair point. That would have changed some things, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I just want to tag off of what y'all was saying. I think the main thing that's gonna set this game, to set this game up right, because I think she's supposed to be like a scout, like a scoundrel. So it's supposed to be like a smuggler story. I think the best strength that Ubisoft can play off right now to make this game like really draw to people is the story, like telling this character's story. Because I feel like,
and they didn't give me much to care about in the trailer.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job to like really showcase like what it was to me, and then I didn't really get like the money, the aspects that like Ubisoft is known for like open worldness or anything. It still felt linear and like what they showed us. So I think they have more to show us, but the story and like I think the main thing that's gonna make this come off the ground for a Star Wars game is like Star Wars name behind it and like the possibilities that could be in it. Because there's a lot of people that we fuck with, like just like Han Solo being a smuggler, doing like his thing and out, just being able to tell those type of stories and like being able to like travel throughout like the Outer Rim, for example, or something like that. In these different like locations that you don't normally will see like a Jedi in or something like that, and like the aspects of like how they go about life, especially like in this time period that they're trying to like show with like the height of like the Galactic Empire being at the top right now, trying to navigate in that space while trying to fuck with this like underground syndicate, just trying to make it by. I think this like pulling off this heist and whatever has me intrigued, but the story of it is gonna have to like really do it. But I'm scared at the same time because of the open world aspect and how they might get drowned out because of that.
I agree. Yep. Honestly, I'm about to say, but yeah, like the robot dude had his chest out. That wasn't intriguing you? They were sexualizing that robot like a mug on the timeline, man. They was going crazy
the
with
amount
that.
of people trying to fuck that robot.
That is very wild out of pocket. But that's not enhancing the story for you. That's not doing it.
No, because it's crazy. Is all they did was throw a trench coat on that robot, and everybody was like, "Daddy," and I'm like,
"Daddy."
Excuse me. That's just a trench coat. We've seen this robot so many times.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Society moving wild because I swear, putting a trench coat on somebody is like the number one telltale sign that's a nefarious character. I don't outside of Inspector Gadget, I don't know the right nigga who wear that.
Hey. Where trench coat, he means business.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's fair play. But overall, the Ubisoft Forward presentation, what are you guys rating this letter grade style? We'll go to Win.
I guess. I don't want to do it. Never mind. We're gonna go with C+. I was gonna say B, but I'm not that
nice. I would hate to have Win as a professor, dog.
Bro.
I could have written a masterpiece. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like it's just like there was some cool shit, but there was a lot of talking. I had like a band of dudes being like, in my ear, bro. Like the whole time. That boy was bigging up a TV show. Like he talked for 30 minutes. It was a C+.
Fair play. Chauce, how'd you feel?
I give it a B+. I'll go a letter grade over. I'll give it a B+.
All right. Ninjas, how'd you feel about Ubisoft Forward?
I feel like overall it was cool. I also didn't like that part where they was like singing in my ear like that.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
start of the whole
yeah.
thing. But I think it was cool.
Actually, ooh. Go ahead, go ahead.
The Prince of Persia.
Star Wars really did enough for
Me.
Son, you just
I'm
wait,
crying, I'm crying. Not the voice mod, not the voice mod.
Whoa, we're not gonna gloss
Not the
over that.
voice
We're
mod.
not gonna
Wait a
gloss
minute.
over that like it just happened.
Whoa.
Whoa, we're not
I
gonna
just-
gloss over that. What?
I have my I touched my roadcaster by mistake. I have like a voice
My
up on there. My
mistake.
fault, y'all.
My fault, Darth.
so, yeah.
I'm a rating 10 out of 10. That's my fault. That's an A plus. I ain't mean to talk
Yeah.
about Star Wars like that. That's my bad.
I forgot about the singing. It goes down to a B for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I give it a B. My fault, y'all. That was my fault. I did not mean to touch my shit like
I'm
that.
so
It's
clipping
Yo,
that.
that's so funny.
I'm so clipping that. That's gonna be the clip of the episode. That's gonna be on the front. Oh
Please
man, that's
don't.
great.
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
Nah, it's
So embarrassing. Yo, shut up. Shut up.
this nigga.
I'm so embarrassed.
This
I be
thing-
trying to be professional in y'all spaces, man. That's all I can do.
No,
Oh, man, this
fuck that.
is not a space to be totally professional, nigga. This is not the one. This is not the one. We're just talking about games. The rest is secondary. We'll be all right. But yeah, that's fair. It's fair. It's fair. I'll give it a B minus. There was again some fluff in there, a couple of things we could do without. Again, the dude that was wearing that nut ass futuristic outfit. It weirded me out for a second, but he had a good trailer. Prince of Persia plus.
Nah, the fit was cold. The fit was cold.
Fit, nah,
Yeah, I like
I'll
the
give it up. I'll give it up. That's fine. I'll concede it. Prince of Persia was cold. AC Mirage I'm interested in. Star Wars Outlaws, again, still some work to do, but still relatively interested in. Avatars of Pandora, not interested in, but I get it. X Divine had a good content slate. Blood Dragon anime was cool. The rest of it I could do without. I'd say honestly, I think it's a B minus. They had a stronger show than I anticipated, and they had some really good stuff shown. They had some good meat and potatoes on their stuff. It wasn't just a bunch of fodder. So, compared to other shows, which we'll probably talk about still. So I think it's a B minus.
Mm.
Yeah, fair play. Clap it up to Ubisoft. A respectable showing.
For sure.
Respectable. Now moving on backwards chronologically, but still moving up the food chain here. The Summer Game Fest was the big kickoff for the rest of the season in early June and had a lot of stuff to bring through to the table. Of course, I'm not going to repeat stuff that we heard from previous shows, even though we talked about it, even though it might have popped up here first. It's whatever. So we're just gonna leave that be if that's the case. So if it didn't pop up here, don't be in the comments like, oh, I came up Summer Game Fest first. I don't care. So we're just gonna move on with that. Prince of Persia did pop up first at Summer Game Fest, but we already talked about that. Next up, we had Mortal Kombat 1. Details on the new story, characters, cameo system, and more. It's coming September 19th. Let's roll to the FGC conglomerate in the building. Let's roll to Charles the Sauce first. How'd you feel about MK1?
Hey, FGC Eden this year, bro, or next year? Eden, dog. It looked great. I have nothing negative to say about this reveal. Kung Lao's, that's my boy. He looked cool. Raiden looked fire. It looks so much more gory, which I didn't think was possible. I've seen people throw some combos on the TL already. So I'm like, bro, the game looks good. It looks fluid. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
100.
Yeah.
100. You know what I'm saying? Also among the FGC faithful, when easy. Let's talk about it, man. MK1.
So my biggest beef with MK has always been they have a button to block. As a person who has a fight stick, I hate that shit. Not a big fan of it. I understand it. I get it. I respect it. Not a big fan of it. Very small gripe I have, but this game does look good. I have no interest in playing this game competitively, and that's why I buy the fighting games that I buy. But I will not lie to you, it's a strong contender for day one cop just off of the story, and like the combos look really fun to execute. Like I could see myself just being in the lab executing combos just to see if I could do them because they look really, really fun. And it does look good enough for me to like dust off the old Xbox controller and get crazy. I think it was a pretty good showing. Is this going to be bigger than Street Fighter 6? I don't think so. Is it going to be-
Potentially. I think
No.
potentially yes. Like as
To
far
you.
as no. as
Like-
far as optics, I think it can be.
When they start supporting their games longer than like 2 years, then I'll actually give them that. But I know I haven't really been around for the MK scene as much. But one thing that I know is that they have a lot of games and they kind of drop the support after a while. And that's I think their biggest problem is I feel like they need to support their games for longer. The scene is very much alive. Like
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. There are fans out there and there are people who want to play this game, but I don't see myself really playing this game to the extent that I would play something like Street Fighter or Tekken. Like I think those games have just bigger. These companies show out for those games more than NetherRealms shows out for Mortal Kombat, in my opinion.
Mm.
So that's my only, and that's not even coming at MK1. I think it's going to be a great game. I don't like the cameo system either. That's
Oh
another
yeah,
problem
yeah,
too.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like this is the issue. It's like they just have these like mechanics that people love. I hate. Like I hate having to hold a button to block, and I hate fucking assist based anything. Like I don't like having to think about a second character while I'm doing combos. I don't think that this cameo system is as bad as having like a fighting game with 2 players. Like that, I feel like is way worse. I think this is just more like an augment, just an addition. But we will see. Like I think that this has a lot of potential. I think it's up there. Me personally, it will not surpass Tekken or Street Fighter, but I hope the best for everyone.
Mm. As somebody who ain't a part of the FGC, I'll speak from my opinion. Honestly, in terms of just how it looked gorgeous. Oh my gosh, looks really, really, really good. I like how again they picked up from the Aftermath DLC and they just kind of started this new timeline. Everything's kind of reset, but also again on a similar track but different. You know what I'm saying? Again, like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are brothers. Like Johnny Cage is an op now. He's like just a super rich, again, just super successful dude instead of like up and coming actor. Like this is like a lot of things are different but similar in certain respects. Like I like how there's enough room to, I guess, dabble and be different in the story now that they've given themselves enough room to be a little bit different. That's cool. The cameo system I only like for the fact that they can bring back some really classic characters. I'm actually like, again, really, really up for that. So Ed Boon gave the distinction that some characters will be, they'll be like only cameo fighters and some will be, interchangeable between actually fighting with them and cameo. So we'll see who pops up. But there was a lot of people who had speculating stuff and Ed Boon was like, yo, I don't know how many y'all got a lot of them right though. So we might be seeing the characters across the entire spectrum of Mortal Kombat history being, in the game in some capacity. So that's dope. And then, I think there's some little nooks and crannies to the cameo system that we haven't fully seen yet. Again, being interchangeable and like having some of those combos extended and stuff with these characters. Like I think there's some cool stuff in there. Again, everyone's gonna have their opinion on it. Since I play fighting games minimally, I'm gonna say that it looks cool. So that is what it is. But outside of that, yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 looks really, really, really solid. I have no doubt it's gonna be a solid game. Will it be bigger than Street Fighter 6? The only way they can do that is if they drop Outworld Tour. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter got World Tour. I need them to drop Outworld Tour, and then they'll be straight. They'll have the leg up. Honestly, but otherwise though, really, really solid stuff. September can't come fast enough because it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time, definitely. Ninjas, how'd you feel about MK1?
I liked it. It looked real cool. It looked like really amazing graphically and stuff like that. I'm not a big fighting game person, so I feel like I'm like the only one that don't really have much to say outside of like Mortal Kombat is probably one of those games that I would actually like find myself playing casually and stuff like that. So it does look like a game that I want to pick up, like honestly, when it drops, because I'm a big fan of Kenshi. I like Johnny Cage. I was like one of the characters I like to play with. The only thing that like kind of turned me off about it was the cameo system and them not interchangeably making all the characters that's gonna be cameo also be playable. Because I just feel like why put just some of them but not all of them? I feel like you got the framework. That's an easy like a cool thing. Like I feel like that would only make people like upset. So why not just go the extra mile? Be like, let's just. I mean, I guess it's going. If it's going to be at a scale to where it's just so many characters, I get it. But if it's not, if they only got like 12 cameo characters and the roster only got an extra, extra 10, I don't know. Like it makes more sense to just like make them all interchangeable. But outside of that, it looked cool. I definitely want to play it casually. I just found myself with fighting games. It's like it'd be fun by yourself and stuff, but like it's hard to play with like friends that actually know how to play this shit and be in the lab and shit. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna sit down in the lab for real, trying to learn these combos just to get my ass whooped by my friend who plays main Sub-Zero and be sliding on me across the screen.
Damn,
You know?
do not talk to
it don't be
win
fun.
at all. Say nothing to win after
Win.
this. Say nothing to
Win.
win
Wait,
after
are
this.
you a Sub-Zero main?
No.
play that game,
No. He's just a person that'll beat your ass in the lab. That's literally
yeah.
it. He's
Oh,
gonna
well, that was
want, he's
about
gonna want
to
your
say,
lab.
yeah.
He's gonna whoop your
I was
ass.
about to say, like, it don't be fun. Like, it be fun, but not fun at the same time. You know, like,
Nah,
I don't like getting my ass
learn.
whooped.
You gonna learn.
You'll learn to love
But
it.
I'll definitely play with the boys. I'll say that. I'll
This
definitely want to
guy,
play this.
this man, when is a menace? You'll learn to love it. Don't worry about it. You'll
No,
adjust.
if
You'll adjust.
you pick up Mortal Kombat, because I like picking up fighting games that I don't play with people who are like, I want to try it, but I don't have anybody to play with. I'll pick up a fighting game, any fighting game, if people want to try it. My girl had me playing Them's Fighting Herds because she wanted to play that shit. Like,
Fair.
I like learning fighting games and like blabbing with people, but don't expect me to go easy on you
I was about
because
to
That's
say,
fair.
I can
You
only
gonna get that
imagine
ass.
with the stick. Like, all right, so
Now
you
I'm
play-
not having fun.
I'm dead. All right, no, fair play. Moving forward, we had a Path of Exile 2, which basically again top-down ARPG similar to Diablo. Any thoughts on that? Yay, nay, man, nay, yes.
I got Diablo. Like this
You got
last year, this
Diablo.
would have went crazy.
You got
Yeah.
Last
Diablo.
year, this would have went crazy, but this year I don't need it right now.
Yeah, I don't want to play with you anymore. They can drop them like Andy. I'm dead.
That's
That's
tough.
fair. Shout out to Path of Exile 2 though. It looked decent.
It's a free game too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It looked
It
cool.
is? Oh shoot.
Yeah, I think Path of Exile 1 was free. It was a free Diablo like. It's very deep. It's a really good game, but I
Yeah.
have Diablo.
Yeah, look cool. Look really cool. But again, Diablo's around. So sorry. It's tough. Then we had Exo Primal X Street Fighter 6 collab. So Ryu's gonna just be in Exo Primal, which is actually pretty cool.
That's insane.
Yeah, then we had Nicolas Cage come out and talk more about him being a survivor in Dead by Daylight, which was hilarious in
Weird.
many,
That's
in many
weird.
forms of the word. I was about to say.
Yeah, I know that shit was hard.
Hey man, shout out to Nicolas Cage, bro.
Big
That's
shout out to Big Nick.
you know what I'm
Cage.
saying? That's a legend right there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Then we had a trailer for The Witcher season 3, and then Henry Cavill's still there, which he's not gonna be in
It's
there anymore,
confusing.
which pisses me
I was about to
off.
say, like, hey, he gone?
Yeah,
Like,
he's such a nice guy that he still did his press run, even though he's not on the show anymore, and it pisses me
That's
off
nuts.
because the show's not gonna be good anymore because he's not there anymore. Like,
Yeah, that's so weird.
I'm just not watching. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cavill. I can't do it. Stay locked in on what's the name? What's it called Warhammer. Stay locked in. And then next up we had a surprise in Sonic Superstars, which is a new take on
Game
the
of the year.
classic 2D Sonic
that
already.
shit is gas, bro. That shit looks so good. I need
Get
when they
into it.
announced that shit. When they announced that shit, I was like, "Yo, please say it's out right now. Please say it's out right now."
Mm,
It
yeah.
is not, bro.
Yeah,
I need that shit
fall
today.
though. It's coming.
son.
It's coming in the fall. It's coming in the fall this year though. But yeah,
Bro.
like 4-player co-op was looking good, y'all. Looking good.
Yes, bro.
Mm.
That shit is exactly what you need from a Sonic game. Like
Yeah.
that's I'm mad it took them this long to do it. Like that's the thing that like I was upset about. That shit looks dope. I cannot wait.
I didn't know it was 4-player co-op. I'm about to
Yeah,
check it out.
Yes,
they
bro,
dropped it
that shit
midway.
hard.
Like I'll tell you this. My whole like heart rate was just mad steady throughout the whole trailer. I was like, yeah, it is cool, Sonic, nice updated textures, cool. They said 4-player co. I said, what? Huh? My eyes got wide as hell, boy. I said, yo, there's no way. And they showed it the whole way, tails,
actually care.
knuckles, all that. I'm like, yeah, we in there. I wish they would
They
have added
actually
Big
trying
the
to make
Cat,
a bag.
bro.
Yes, bro. They're
Yeah.
making good decisions. Surprising.
This is-
Yeah,
this
they
is-
actually want money.
Insanity. But I'm definitely tapped in. Again, you said 4-player co-op, and I'm there. I'm in there, bro. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Lovely stuff. Next up after that, we had Sandland, which was a new action RPG based on the anime from legendary mangaka and Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on that? Positive? Thumb
I thought
sideways?
this was Dragon Quest.
Bro, I thought it was
Yeah.
Dragon Quest at first, and I was like, nah, wait, this is This is definitely Toriyama, but what the hell is this?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I have
I
no
mean,
idea
I
what it
don't-
could be. I didn't even know this anime existed. You know what I'm saying? So fair play. Sandland was there. This particularly pissed me off. There was a section where Jeff Keighley announced that Annapurna Interactive would have a showcase somewhere else at the end of the month instead of on the stage right there. And I'm like, y'all get one near Game of the War with Stray, and y'all announcing an announcement for a showcase at the end of the month, bro. Come on
They
now.
get too big for their britches.
Come on now, Annapurna. What's happening? Drop a game on one showcase like we here right now. Well, I gotta wait till the 29th to come see you. That pissed me off. But anyways, there was an Alan Wake 2 first gameplay trailer, which is like a couple of seconds, which is basically what was in the the cinematic trailer already. So that wasn't really too much, but it still looked good. Launching October 17th. Then we had John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which is a new co-op FPS horror-based game coming to all current gen consoles 2024. Had James St. Patrick in there. Had I guess some other notable voice actors. What'd you guys make of that little bit that we saw?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even see it, gang.
Yeah, I literally had to go back and watch it because I forgot, because I saw it and I'm not gonna lie to you, it just reminded me of Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood.
So,
I immediately got that thought in my head too. I ain't gonna lie.
like it's not gonna be. I hope that shit makes buku money and it lasts forever. But we've already gotten that.
If this is a zombie version of Rockay City, this is gonna be so ass. Oh my gosh. I just in the back of my head, I just felt like Crime Boss Rockay City. I'm like, bro, just because you have actors in it doesn't mean it's good. Please.
That's what I was saying too. They did the same thing. This is gonna be ass.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too hot on this. Whatever. Moving on, we had the official reveal of the release date for Spider-Man 2, which was October 20th. Yes. Oh yes, that's gonna be fantastic. I'm just can taste it. That's wonderful. And then last but not least, we got the surprise reveal of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, with some of the looks of the old game on top of the news that the game is pushed back to early 2024 and is launching on 2 discs. So what did y'all make of Rebirth and what we saw from that?
I just wanted to know why they said something about 2 discs, because I'm like, when the last time y'all purchased a disc?
Bro.
You know,
but the deluxe edition, bro.
Yeah, I think it was just like, hey, boomers, like that's what it kind of felt like. Hey, remember those days?
Yeah,
like,
when the games was like on like 6 different discs. Yeah, that was just funny to me. But I'm actually pretty excited for the new Final Fantasy. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to play it because I'm gonna wait for it on PC, which sucks. But I'm really excited. The only thing that kind of like made me like that kind of like gets me upset with like these remake trends and stuff like that, like when they redo stuff, like the weird little stuff they like take away and then they re-add, because I didn't like how you had like Red X in like the original remake and you couldn't play as them, but now it looks like I was scoping through that trailer like, okay, am I gonna be able to play as this nigga or not? Like, because this is gonna be stupid if it's like, I can't play as all these characters that I remember playing as in original Final Fantasy. That's stupid. But they showed you playing as Yuffie and all of them and everything, so that seemed cool. I'm hoping, and like I just want to see like how this is gonna go, because are they doing like 3 parts or like this gonna be 2?
It's gonna be 3 parts. It's gonna be it's 3. They let us know sometime last year it was gonna be a trilogy.
Okay, cool. So like if it's gonna be 3 parts, I wonder how they're gonna section it off for like the whole game and everything. I'm excited. It looks cool. I can't wait to play it on PC. But that's about it. I'm crying.
Definitely had to get that note in there on PC.
I haven't played 7 yet. I played a bit of 7, but I haven't beat 7 yet. So I was like, this is sick, but it just reminded me of games I gotta go beat. Like when I saw Resident Evil 4, I was like, this is sick, but I gotta go beat Resident Evil 2.
Wait, you never played Resident Evil 2 yet?
I played it when I was a young kid, but like not the new one. I have the new one, but like I'm not gonna lie to you, I started running out of bullets because I was shooting everything, and I was like, this shit's kind of ass. I don't feel like trying hard. It's like I'm like my neck broke. I'm trying to kill everything.
I feel
like
you.
a crafting kid. I'm trying to shoot zombies. I'm not. What is this, Minecraft?
Oh, I'm dead. Charles, any thoughts on Rebirth?
Nah, not really.
It was.
I don't really play Resident Evil, nor did I play like Final Fantasy. Like, shout out to those communities. They eating, I guess. But yeah, I have no input on either of them.
Fair.
I'm not reading all that. I'm either happy for you or sorry for your loss.
You feel me, bro.
I'm surprised.
Hey, man. That's fair. Nah, it's fair. It's fair. For me, I feel like, I'm just talking about in terms of the reception. I'm like, damn, it was a surprise, but it's not like a surprise. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt quick. It just felt like, damn, you showed up. Shout out to Rebirth. But we all knew something was coming from Rebirth at some point in the summer, because they said they were going to drop sometime this year. So at this point they were expected. You know what I mean? So it just wasn't as impactful as I thought it was going to be in terms of just the reveal of it itself. So You know, that's tough. That's tough. There was a few things that went unmentioned, you know what I'm saying, during this little portion here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. That co-op trailer did look crazy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm more and more I'm getting enticed to jump in to that damn game.
Yeah. No.
Warhammer's selling me. It's moving. It's moving me.
No. Let me tell you something. I beat Warhammer Space Marine 1 like I want to say this year, like earlier, like a couple months ago. That game is still pretty solid. It's not, it's very much an older game, but it's still pretty solid. When I saw that motherfucker jump into that horde of motherfucking Xenos, I was a passenger princess in my girl's car because she was driving us home, bro. She was driving us home, and the whole time I'm watching this laggy ass stream on my phone, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, bum ass game. I was like, holy shit! But like, she was like almost swerved off the road. She's like, what's good?
Yo,
bro,
you almost destroyed the other intersection.
Bro, I almost fucked up the whole. I was almost the problem. Like, I was like, oh my god. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, this shit looks crazy. And then they said 3-player co-op. I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to get this game. That shit's crazy. She's like, I don't know nothing about Warhammer. I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter to me. You're playing it. We gotta get somebody else. This shit looks insane. I'm really hyped for that game. That was my favorite, one of my favorites of that showcase.
Nah, fair play, man. It looks ridiculous. It looks actually
clean.
Ridiculous, man. One of the hidden gems I will say as well. We got more information. We knew it was coming, but Power World, if you don't get that cease and desist, you guys are goated. If you don't get that cease and desist, y'all are goated, bro. This big ass Raichu pull out a Gatling gun. Come on now, stop playing with me.
I can't wait for this stream to drop. I'm copping day one. We about to make content, boys.
In early access, bro. I'm about to have 3 Jigglypuffs with AKs, bro, outside the hideout.
I'm crying.
About to have these pick and screws with these Glock 40s. What's up? I'm upping on my op. Nigga.
Catch this, hoe. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and you
crying.
can base build. Like, this game is actually wild, man. I'm with this. I love Power World. Absolutely love Power World. I would, you know what I'm saying, been keeping an eye on it for a long time. We covered it on the podcast before. I'm with this. But yeah, any other things that we might have missed that we didn't say in the showcase that y'all wanted to bring up?
Nah, that was pretty much it.
Nah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. The rest of the stuff was either super mentioned before or I did not care for. So letter grades. Let's get to the letter grades, guys. How do we feel about Summer Game Fest? We'll go to Ninjas first.
I just want to say that I thought it was funny because I'm looking back at the notes. I just thought it was funny that Spider-Man 2 got his release date at here, and I just think it's so funny. Jeff Key was like, "Huh, guys, Spider-Man, I got the release date."
Jeff had to he had to claw into something, baby. He needed something. He said, he said, "I'm from round away. I'm leaving here with something. It's something like you don't give me a date."
I give it a overall. I give it I want to say C+. It's okay.
C+. All right. Let's go to Chos.
I really want to give it higher because of Mortal Kombat and Sonic, but I say a solid C+. Like a solid C+ because like I didn't care about half of the other titles. So like for those communities, bravo, shout out to you. But I didn't care. So C+.
Okay. When?
I'm gonna rock out with a solid B-. It was like the first one in, so it was like I think it honestly was the placement. I feel like I would have been burnt out. Like, and that's just like maybe I should change my like mindset because of that. But it definitely was one that I had one of like the most fun with. So I'm just gonna definitely say B-. I think that's fair.
Damn, that's crazy. Cause I'm coming in with a solid C. I think it's a C. I would have gave it a C- too if it was certain things wasn't even, popping up. I'm gonna be real with you. Speaking generally about this, I just find it funny. I'm still operating with context in my mind. Not too long ago, some people were stomping on the graves of E3 and was just sitting there like, oh yeah, we got a great Summer Game Fest lined up. We in person. We da-da-da-da. This, that, and the third. And this just, it wasn't hitting, bro. It wasn't hitting. At one point, I was like, bro, you might as well hop in that grave with E3 because this is dead food right now. It's dead food.
Yeah.
I was not rocking with the flow of the show. There was a couple things that was cool, but other things I would have rather not see on the show whatsoever. Why would you show a TV show trailer in there, bro? This is like it's a cardinal showcase sin at this point. It's a cardinal showcase sin. Just don't show no TV shows in this shit, bro. Please. PlayStation did it. They already got points knocked off. Y'all did it. Y'all getting points knocked off. As a matter of fact, I'm going C- now. That's right. I'm confirming it. I'm locking it. It's matter. I'm going C-, bro. Like you had some good stuff outside of. I'll give y'all half points for Prince of Persia. I'll give you half points for that. Mortal Kombat 1. Sonic Superstars, I'll give you some points for that. Let me see. Alan Wake. Nah, I'm not giving you points for that because that was like 10 seconds and we saw that in every other trailer. Rebirth. And I'm taking double points off because of the Annapurna thing, the stunt they pulled, and you allowed that. You allowed that, Jeff.
Damn.
You allowed them to say, come check our showcase at the end of the month, not on this show, because we not going to be here. And the fact that they pump faked us, he was like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy. Come check us out with DoorDash code, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Come faking us out, bro. Listen, Jeff, in my opinion, it didn't deliver. It didn't deliver like it was supposed to do on the deathbed of E3. If you talking crazy like this, you didn't even have Kojima on the show. You didn't even have Kojima. Yo, broski for life. Your day one. Your cinnamon apple. Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be real here, bro. Not even one little morsel of anything from Kojima Productions. Not no Death Stranding 2. Not no documentary. Not no nothing. C-. Disappointing.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Jeez, man. Shit is crazy. You want me to cape for Summer Game Fest. You want me to call this season Summer Game Fest season after you put that out, bruh. It's staying E3 season. What you talking about? Get that out of here, man. And on to the main story here. We got to end off with Xbox. Xbox came up to the plate as part of their Game Showcase 2023. So, of course, we're going to do a run through of what they had to show us. First and foremost, out the gate, while I went to war with my internet provider, screw you, Spectrum, Fable was shown off with a lot of new in-engine footage and the same old humor and style locked in. They were speaking on the age of heroes being over. You know what I'm saying? The age of innovation has begun. How did you guys feel about Fable? Let's start with Choss. You know what I'm saying? The alarm's going off. The sirens is ringing. How you doing?
I just want to say, shout out to my boy, in the trailer. Yeah. Shout out to, I can't remember his name offhand, but Fable was one of those games where back of the day, it literally made me consider going to Xbox as a PlayStation Sony individual. Fable was one of them games, bro. Like Fable 2 is probably, I'll say it's in my top 10 games of all time. Fable 2 is up there, bro.
Fable was
all
elite.
time.
Fable 2 is elite. Fable 2 is elite,
bro. Like it I'm so excited. It's been too long to have another sequel to that. Like it's been too long. We needed this in our culture to correct things. Like we need this, bro.
To restore order.
To restore balance. We need this. I'm excited, bro. And it just looks good, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait.
100, man. How'd you feel about Fable?
It looked cool. I played Fable 2 a bit as a kid, and it's a really good game. It's a really, really good game. And it's a franchise that I honestly thought was pretty dead at this point. I was like, yeah, Fable, I don't think we're ever gonna get another Fable game. I'm still not really wild though, because I feel like while it is in engine, it's not gameplay footage.
Yeah.
So
I think some of it actually was though. Some of the people who worked on the trailer said some of it actually was. I don't know what
there were
was
moments.
what.
You can kind of see like this is probably like a escape scene or something like that. Yeah, there's a couple scenes in there.
And that's cool, but it's not a gameplay trailer. It's like kind of just an announcement, which not a bad thing, but it was one of those things where like I don't want to get super overhyped and then like the game come out, because listen, Ubisoft has done terrible things to the way we consume trailers these days. And like what they did with like Watch Dogs 1, like those sins will never
Ugh.
be forgotten.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
yeah.
hard for me to really be like, oh, this looks amazing, and it is a little bit of in-game footage when like in reality, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh wow, the Fable shit is kind of cheeks.
Mm. No, I hear it. What's it called? Ninjas. How did you feel about Fable?
So I had an Xbox growing up, and I never really got to play Fable. Like I didn't get to own a copy of Fable. I had played it before. Like a lot of my friends that also had Xboxes loved Fable, swear by it. I want to go back to the series, to play it myself, but I never got to really have like a real good grip on the game outside of the little bits I played. I'm actually excited for it to be back. I think Xbox need this boon like Fable, to be able to help lead the charge for like Xbox don't got no games. But outside of that, I'm kind of tired of in-game footage like this where it'd be like just like cinematic type stuff. I feel like they could just keep it outside of if you gonna show somebody like swinging a sword or something, you could just keep it, to be honest with you. But it looked cool. I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. I guess. I mean, I wish they would actually. I can't. More so, I'm like saving my excitement to like until they show.
Yeah, like an
actual stuff.
in-depth playthrough or something,
Yeah,
like like a whole snippet. Like it's like no doctored image, like just straight gameplay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where we just like, Xbox just had to throw something like big out there because like, what's that shit called? Redfall just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Oh, it fell alright. It fell alright.
Yeah, so it looked cool.
Yeah, not here. And I'm in agreement. I do want to see more, but I'm just glad it's back. I'm just glad it had something tangible to show. And if it's an engine, cool. That's a good start. I want to see raw gameplay. I want to get there, but I'm just happy that we're on a path to it being feasibly out. Like it's a possibility that it will actually be out in a reasonable time frame, which is good. It's good enough for me right now. Right now, I'm just glad you guys are existing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Next up, we had South of Midnight, which is just basically, we just got basically a cutscene. We seem to be a kind of stop motion-y action game with some depiction of the American South as this protagonist chick in the trailer just looking for some monster and just ends up in some booky ass place with some dude playing the banjo, this mouse on his shoulders looking real nefarious. She was going left, and then stuff went black. But I guess what you guys make of the little snippet of South of Midnight?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Yeah, for sure. I like the Louisiana as vibe, like very very Cajun, if you will.
Yeah.
I like how I think she pulled like magic or something from her bracelet.
Yeah,
I think it looked really cool. I'm excited for it. Just like M said, I'm rooting for everybody black. I hope that they don't do this like they did our other black female protagonist game. And I hope they saw that and made some tweaks and edits for those types of critics. But it looks good. From what the trailer shows.
Yeah,
so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I hope South of Midnight isn't spoken for already. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, no, say what?
Shut
What?
up.
What?
What'd you make of South of Midnight?
Cool concept.
Yeah,
that's like really that's all I can really say.
That's literally it.
Cool concept.
I fully agree. Cool concept, but I just
hope it's sick.
Yeah,
beautiful gowns.
Yeah, I just need more. Simply put. But yeah, the art style looks really really cool, and I'm just interested to see what it is. I don't know. Maybe it is the art style or what similarities in the back of my head, but I'm just like categorizing how many of these games could potentially be in like the Kena Bridge of Spirits like ballpark. You know what I mean? Like they're not AAA games. They're not indies. Like again, the AA solid ones, like maybe a smaller bite-sized joint. You know what I'm saying? A bite-sized experience in comparison to like a whole full-fledged campaign. This could be one of them. This could not. Who knows? But I don't know. Something in the back of my head just kind of ticked off and was like, yo, this could be like something similar to Kena Bridge of Spirits and just like I guess how much you experience of it. You know what I mean? But again, that's pure speculation off of the little we got. So again, cool concept, but we'll see. All right, moving forward, we had 33 Immortals, which is a new action roguelite from Thunder Lotus, where 33 people are basically cooperatively fighting across a map to find immortality through challenges and different tasks. Basically, a giant ass multiplayer version of Hades, and it's coming to Xbox and Game Pass in 2024. Let's start with Wen. How would you feel about 33 Immortals?
This looks like if you are a streamer and you have a very active community, this looks like the game for you. There is no reason you should not be picking this up. Like your 33 people in your community, like that sounds like a great YouTube video. And especially if they have like the names of the people overhead, like you could be like, oh no, my tier 3 sub just got murdered. No, like you could warn them, like that kind of thing. It looks like a really cool concept.
All right, Charles, same thoughts.
Actually, no.
No,
Yeah. So, as someone who does enjoy roguelikes, I have enough trouble doing the shit by myself. I don't think that adding 32 other people is going to help me succeed as much as I think it will. I don't know. It just feels like someone's gonna fuck up. Then we're gonna have to run this all over again. Like you're playing this shit perfectly, and your tier 3 sub hit the wrong lever, and we're on maybe like level 57. Let's say there's 100 levels, whatever. Level 57, I'm gonna be pissed. If it's me making the mistake, cool, I can live with that. But if I made no mistake and you fucked up my run, bro, I'm gonna be hot. Don't get me wrong, looks cool. I will not be playing.
That's crazy.
Especially knowing Hades 2. Yeah, especially knowing Hades 2 is right around the corner. So I have my roguelite set, and I'm already playing Code of the Lamb right now.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Ninjas, any thoughts on 33 Immortals?
I never really played roguelikes before. This looked interesting, I guess. I can't wait to ban niggas in my chat having them play this game because they fucked up. Like Charles said, I'm like, well, you fuck up and die, that's a ban for life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We content boys over here, so shit. I can't bitch
meta,
y'all.
baby, meta.
That's crazy.
I'd be banning niggas left and right for being ass in my chat, but it's cool. It's something to try. I mean, if it's on Game Pass, I can play anything. So shit.
Yeah,
for
sure. The power of Game Pass, baby. That's all I'm here for. Really, you know what I'm saying? The Game Pass making this feasible. I'm like, the accessibility on it, everybody who has Game Pass can just hop on and get into it. I really do like this in concept, honestly. Just like the amount of chaos that can ensue. There's already enough like trouble you get into, again, like Charles said, going solo on a roguelite. This could actually be straight mayhem, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to getting involved and playing in it. You know what I'm saying? A full lobby of 33 people just sounds like absolute chaos. Like
how are you going to communicate with 33 people?
So the way I saw the gameplay breakdown actually is like you'll split up into certain teams, and like you'll end up doing challenges on a certain map. And then, you know, again, you go through those, and some people die, some people survive, and like whoever survives will end up making it to that final boss where you like clear the stage or whatever. So it's broken up in certain ways that are actually like feasible, which is good. I saw that again, their gameplay breakdown put a lot of stuff into perspective, which is nice. So they have some stuff thought out. I just want to know. Again, off rip, this goes without saying, probably should have custom matchmaking, you know what I'm saying, instead of just regular, both regular matchmaking to match with players if you don't have friends, you know what I'm saying, sorry for y'all who don't have friends, and then the custom matchmaking, just like, again, supplement the numbers for people who are like, have 32 people locked and ready to go. Just make sure that's a standard, and we're good. Yeah, moving on. Finally got some gameplay of Payday 3 coming September 21st on Game Pass day 1 and Xbox Series X and S. Let's roll straight to the expert, man. Expert Heist Man went easy in the building. How'd you feel about Payday 3?
I was a little concerned because I saw the graphics. I'm like, these graphics are kind of butt cheeks. But then I saw that the game is only $40, so it seems like it's just more of like a bit of like a more up-to-date version of Payday 2. Which is perfectly fine, honestly. Like there was a little bit more movement in the game. Like they added a few things that like just seemed like quality of life updates. Because honestly, Payday 2 is already a phenomenal game. It's just dated. So if they literally just like bring over Payday, if they just start off Payday 3 and kind of like recreate the joy of Payday 2 with like the new mechanics, more like different perks. Like they don't really have to reinvent the wheel here because it's just a very unique experience. They just need to like update it. And that's not to say like, hey, just bring the same heist back. No, like,
Nah.
get jiggy with it. Keep innovating. But there's a lot of things that, like, if they were to do something along the lines of like, here is our roadmap. Every month we're gonna add 4 new heists, and like it'll be like 3 new ones and one, or like 2 new ones and 2 of the old ones. That's perfectly fine with me because in Payday, the heists are always fun, even the ones that you've played a million times because of how things can change and how differently they go. Like you have a lot of content in 2. So like you could easily be like, hey, I'm gonna pull some of this stuff from this DLC, or I'm gonna pull some of this stuff from that DLC. It's also, even when you're not on Game Pass, it's only $40, so it really just felt like more of an update than like a game. But I'm not against it because it seems like they're adding newer stuff, bringing the graphic quality up, not necessarily to like 4K crazy resolution, but it's like definitely more standard than Payday 2, which I feel like looks like a fucking PS3 game sometimes. So like I think it was pretty solid. I didn't expect this game to be like I didn't expect this game to be super big triple A like title $70 game. And I'm happy that they went with like this like $40 route because this is a solid
Yeah.
$40 game that you can play with the homies and like have a good time.
And it's day one on Xbox
Yes.
Game Pass.
Day one.
Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is you pretty much cover all the points I was gonna cover, but yeah, that Xbox Game Pass world premiere. That's what I'm here for, baby. That's all I'm saying. That's that value. That's that value you need, man. Listen, that's great. That's great. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say something stupid, but never mind. That's been a recurring theme of those past couple episodes. Yeah, I'll open up the floor. Any other thoughts on Payday 3?
Yeah, look forward to playing it with y'all boys.
Yeah, real
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Let me know. I'll play.
Yeah, step your prep up, guys. Step your prep up. We're gonna get it in. All right, moving on. After the brutal murder of an Atlas intern for leaking stuff early, Persona 3 Reload and Persona 5 Tactica were revealed during the show, with Persona 3 Reload coming early 2024 and Persona 5 Tactica coming November 17th on all Xbox platforms, PC, and Xbox Game Pass. And it also got revealed it's coming to everything else as well, so PlayStation is involved in that too. So, but thoughts on that? Let's go to Charles first.
I love Persona 5. And like I don't think I can say how much I love that game and the franchise. All this all this is coming to Game Pass. So I have nothing negative to say. I'm just excited because I'm going to play like these shits regardless. So I'm just waiting for them to come. That's about it, bro. Like, that's about it.
Nah, fair. I'm about to say you get into any Persona stuff, ninjas?
No, I never played Persona before. So I can't really say much on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I never played this shit before. All I know is these games is fucking long as fuck. So
yeah, they are.
Dap me up, ninjas. Dap me up, nigga. I'm with you.
So I mean, I would love to get in these games. It's just the time commitment. You know, I love me a good RPG with long hours in it, but the fact that there's so many RPGs around the horizon,
Facts.
something got to take a back burner.
Yeah,
you know?
if anybody can, you know what I'm saying, provide me with a stunt double for a solid 2 weeks, I'll play it. I'll do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how you feeling about Persona 3 Reload and Tactica? What's going on?
I think Tactica may not get as many spins as the people at Atlas will want me to do, but 3 is actually really solid because I had no intention of playing Persona 3 because it's on Game Pass. I think 3 you can play on Game Pass, which is like the older one. I had no intention to play because it was so dated, but if they're remaking it, I'm more inclined to play it. So like very big W announcement on their part because that is something that like I feel like a lot of people who have like me who started with 5 and is like now they're interested in 4 is like, you know what, now I'm actually gonna jump into 3 too because it's more up to date.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? School conversations, long days, the summer, dates. Yes. Persona things. Yes. I agree 100%.
Yeah, no,
But
actually, it's funny because I think the dude in 3, like, to get his persona out, he shoots himself in the head. It's really wild. It's a
what?
wild. Yes, he shoots. Like, he pulls a gun out and shoots himself in the head or something like that. Like, I'll tell you, when I tell you these games are absolutely you don't expect what like you thought it's
Nope.
like, oh, it's like a regular
Yeah,
like JRPG. No, it gets nuts.
wasn't there like a sex offender in 5? Wasn't there?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
first
there
bad
was.
guy.
There
Yeah,
was.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing that before. I'm like, yo, what type of nut shit is this? What's going on
No,
here?
it was
Guys.
Real
wild. Yeah.
villains.
No,
Real
yeah, for sure.
villains.
Yeah, that's some real villainy. That's some real villainy. I ain't gonna lie to you, son. Yeah, no, one day I'll get tapped in when I disappear like Batman at the end of his trilogy, the Christian Bale joint.
Just know Joker is that guy.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, moving on. Obsidian, aka the Fallout Gods, dropped a new gameplay trailer, finally showing off what Avowed is going to look like, coming to Xbox and Steam in 2024. How did we feel about Avowed, ninjas?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I love Obsidian. They are like they made my favorite game ever, KOTOR 2. And I love that. And I'm a big fan. And like one of my other favorite games is Fallout New Vegas. They don't do no wrong in my book for like RPGs and stories and stuff. I don't know much about Avowed, but I see that it's like tied to like the Pillars games. Like
yeah. It's in that same universe.
So I want to check those out now just because I want to play this game. I'm really excited for it. At first, when I was looking at it, the graphics was kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
But something about the game gives me the same feeling that I felt when I first looked at Oblivion. I don't know. I don't know why. And when I first like saw Oblivion, that feeling I felt was like, yo, this is like lit. Like I really want to like I was ready to like dive in that world and like play it. And that's the same kind of charm I get from this game. It don't look the prettiest to me, but I feel like it fits in the aesthetic of what they're going for like this universe and in this game. I can't wait till they tell us more about like the companions and stuff like that, how that works. This story. I feel like this needs like, its own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to like do like a 10-minute, here's a walkthrough of some gameplay and stuff like that. And like I can't wait for they to do some stuff like that because this game looks lit. I want to play it. I can't wait.
On it. Avowed got guns. They got guns. They got the strap. I'm in. I'm here. It's everything about Skyrim and those RPGs and stuff that I love. Again, it's Obsidian, guys. Let's be real. Obsidian, they do this, bro.
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds, New Vegas, they're not new to this, they're true to this. This RPG stuff is what they do. It's bread and butter for them. And for them to even put it in a more colorful world, a more dynamic world that we're seeing from the trailer, again, all these corrupted animals and skeletons and all this stuff, it look like even more hard-hitting combat, you know what I'm saying, from what I'm getting. It looks dope. It looks dope. You can get some mystified blunderbusses and just cat people. I am in. I'm here. I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? This and Outer Worlds 2, Obsidian doing what they always doing. They cooking, man.
I forgot all about Outer Worlds. That's a good one too. Yeah, we
eating heavily. Several plates. IBS on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. But what did Charles? Any thoughts on Avowed?
I do like the charm, and I agree with Ninja's words. Like the graphics, they weren't where I wanted them to be. Like you said, this is a very Skyrim-esque game. Skyrim's probably one of my favorite games ever as well. I think I purchase it on every console or new device I get. Definitely fun. It looked like if you have Magic and RPG, I'm probably gonna play it. I love this shit. I'm just waiting for more. That's all. I'm just waiting for more. It looks cool. I don't think it's gonna be great, but it looks interesting for sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say that it's very simple. I saw it and it reminded me of Skyrim, but it looks like Skyrim with a color palette, so I'm already tapped in.
Exactly.
I think, and it's funny because I remember seeing Outer Worlds and thinking the same thing that you thought, Charles, which is like, I'm not. I think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be great.
Right.
What I will say is I was wrong then. So
Talk about it.
I've learned not to underestimate because it's the same thing. You're right when you're like, this just doesn't look like the most modern game, but like they make it so good that it doesn't. To me, it's like if you made this game, like if you gave them a budget or like a team as big as like a Bethesda team, like it would be probably like the most perfect game. But they don't have that, but they still do a really good job. But I completely understand and agree. Like, graphics don't look anything crazy. But I think they're gonna surprise people. I think they're gonna do a really good job.
It's gonna be hilarious when this gets like rated as good. Like, yo, they can make a better Skyrim. I'm not saying that outright. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that outright.
It's kind of
I'm not saying that outright.
To beat that scale. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to like these, bro, what? When it comes to Magic RPGs, like for me personally, Skyrim is the measure. Like, I don't know.
So the only reason I think, I'm not to take away from Skyrim, the reason I say that I think it could be beaten is just because Skyrim was made in 2012. This is like 10 years later. They can build on that. Because even like look at Skyrim and like the mod community have like rebuilt a lot of the parts of like, for example, like the magic being like whatever, and then people like made their own mods. Like I think it's not that Skyrim is a bad game. It's more so like this game will be 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
But I get you holding in that high regard. And I do too. But all I'm saying is Obsidian does what Bethesda does to some degree and just adds that little potency to it. You know what I'm saying? Obsidian made the best Fallout game of all time, and I will shout it to the day I die. I die. You know what I'm saying? If the roles were reversed and Starfield came out before the Outer Wilds or the Outer Worlds, you know what I'm saying? We might have this conversation again. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how that worked out. That's another lane. That's another timeline. Don't worry about that. All I'm saying is Obsidian know how to cook when it's time to cook. And I'm telling people, don't sleep on Avowed. Don't sleep on Avowed. This is going to be a solid pick. Listen, if niggas is drafted next year, I'm telling you right now, this is something you might want to have in the back pocket, because this is going to be one people don't understand is good until it hits, like Outer Worlds, and people are like, oh, shoot, this is crazy. This is such a good one. I'll be sitting there in the corner like, look at him. Told you. All right, though, moving on here. We had Hellblade 2, Senua's Sacrifice, just like a cave cutscene. It was so awkward, but it looked so good. I just show me more gameplay and give me the date. That's all I want at this point. We don't really have much to go off of besides that. But again, a date would be nice and more gameplay. Thumbs up, everybody. Yeah.
Good cinematic. Yeah.
I didn't get to play the first Hellblade. I just wrote it down in my little book to play it.
It's not even that long, honestly.
It's cheap too. I got it for cheap.
It's like less than 20 hours. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
I download that shit now.
Yeah, it's not that long of a game, and trust me, when you get to the end of it, you can make it very, very short for yourself. But I was an idiot, and I tried to be there longer than I should have been. But that's another story. You'll understand when you know. If you know, you know. But yeah,
I got you.
Moving on here, we had Ichiban's next adventure, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Seeing him end up butt-ass naked on the islands of Hawaii. Coming early 2024. Let's go straight to it, Wen. How'd you feel about it, man? You were very excited.
We swinging dick. We swinging dick in a Yakuza 8. I cannot wait. We gonna be out here butt ass naked fighting people in the streets. I thought it was in Florida when I saw that he was naked and on a beach. I was like, oh, this is definitely a Florida vibe. I'm all for it. Next question.
I'm crying, bro. That is so funny.
I can't breathe. Oh my gosh. I hate you so much. And I'll open up the floor to everybody else. How'd you feel about Infinite Wealth?
I don't know. The gameplay trailer looked kind of nuts.
Is this in the same universe as the Yakuza games, right?
Yeah.
Direct sequel.
Okay, so I've never played any of these games. This is also like Persona, a lot of hours. I don't got the time.
So the newer one is a JRPG. It does take longer to beat than like the older ones, but when I tell you the older ones, like the beat 'em up ones,
bro, so fun.
They're kind of like a long-ish. I would say like 30-40 hours.
Yeah, but they're good. They're so fun.
The story is like, I love them because I'm a huge Kojima fan. Yeah, I'm a huge Kojima fan. I love complex stories. These shits get deep. Like these are fucking anime level ass fucking storylines.
Yeah. And if you want to, I guess if you want to,
Which one do you start with? Yeah.
you gotta ask. You
Zero.
gotta ask when that question. Yeah.
0. Start with 0, and if you don't get hooked after 0, don't play them.
Okay.
Yeah, real shit. I was about to say I gotta fully commit, but I'm low key a softie because I remember like I got the OG Yakuza demo off of PlayStation Magazine way back in the day, and I always play that demo back and forth. So I know one day I'm actually going to fully commit and play through that series, but it'll take some time. That and Judgment and Lost Judgment I gotta play.
Judgment is good.
Yeah, people said Judgment was crazy, and I've seen some of it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get tapped in. But yeah, when you said enough on Infinite Wealth, that's enough for a clip, baby. We got it. Next up, we had a few of them. I'll just say these in a row here. First, we had Jusant, which was a new parkour-based game from Dope Nod, launching fall 2023. Then we had a quick teaser trailer for Still Wakes in the Deep, which is going to be a new first-person horror from the creators of Amnesia, where you do some basically just some wild survival stuff on an oil rig, coming in 2024. And then we had Dungeons of Hinterberg, which is an action-adventure RPG with a lot of style and activity, puzzles, magic, again, some boss fights coming in 2024 as well. Out of Jusant, Still Wakes in the Deep, Dungeons of Hinterberg. We'll start with Charles. How'd you feel about those?
Jusant looks pretty interesting. I think I would absolutely play it in my free time. It looks like, so if the music that they played over the game, well, the trailer is the same as the in-game music, it's gonna be nutty because that music was insane. As far as Still Wakes, I'm not much of a horror game player. I'm sure I know I have some friends that might enjoy this. For what I did see in the trailer, looks interesting. Oil rig, all that good jazz. I think they can create some pretty scary conditions in there. And then I don't think I saw anything on Dungeons of Hinterberg, so I'll have to look into that though.
Yeah, it was a pretty colorful game. It was a pretty colorful game. Hinterberg was. I'm interested in Hinterberg. It looked actually really, really cool. A lot of like, again, just like gliding. I think that was the one where like the character glided on their sword and was just like moving around.
One of.
Yeah, and shit was lit.
Okay, I'm looking now. This looks insane.
Yeah, shit was really lit. And again,
it reminds me of like Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And just in the back of my head, it's popping off again. I'm like, this might be Kane and Bridge of Spirits territory, where it's like a smaller game, but it looks really distinct, really dope, and it has a cool concept, and I'm with it. I am very much with it. Dungeon Hinterberg looks really, really cool. Jusant looks really, really dope. I like the parkour aspect of it. That's cool. Still Wakes in the Deep. Will not be playing that, absolutely. As soon as I saw the niggas who made Amnesia, I'm like, time out. I'm okay. Space out. Back up for me about 3 steps. But you guys look great, though. You guys look great. I can't wait to see people play that. I will be suggesting that to all my friends who do slightly play horror games, just to see what their reaction is and push them to higher heart rates and hopefully not hypertension. Hopefully not anything crazy cardiac related. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. But still, nice little suggestion to get them forward. But those 3 look pretty cool. Yeah, Ninjas, how do you feel about those 3?
Jusant don't look like my type of game. Still Wakes in the Deep look like a horror dream that I had before, so I'm not playing that. The Dungeons game, it was cool. I probably wouldn't play it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then when any standouts out of those 3?
Jusant for sure. I buy that on my Switch. It looks it looks like a vibe, and it doesn't look long either. Still in the Wakes is looking like a sub goal. Like I'd play that for a stream, but definitely not some shit I'm trying to get into. Dungeons looks like a great game, but not for me.
Word. No, I hear it. And pushing on here, we had a deeper look at Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC as the world V is living and moving, going to Dogtown to try and get a cure for a disease that's killing them. And on top of that, we heard word that basically with this DLC, they're improving damn near everything about the game, from the systems, the skill tree, every damn thing is getting some type of overhaul. And the DLC, of course, is set to drop September 26th. Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves, lots of shooting, Cyberpunk. What do we make of it, Charles?
I just hope I don't need a 6080 to play the game. If honestly, it looked great. I saw Idris. I was like, oh yeah, him and Keanu finna be like fighting for top spot. As far as the like main actor goes, it looks good. Cyberpunk, I loved it. I just couldn't play it on my computer. It did not work. I couldn't stream it whatsoever. But I loved it when I played it. The DLC looks kind of nutty, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, 100. I'll just open up the floor. I'm about to say, how do we all feel about it? Win and Ninjas, before I go off.
When I'll let you go first.
I might get it just to test the GPU. To be honest with you, I'm not really a huge Cyberpunk fan, just because like I don't know, that shit was pretty butt cheeks on release, and the fanboys were dick riding to an extent that like you could see from space. So
Good
like
lord.
I'm gonna wait till that bad boy goes on the hot sale, and I'll cop all of it for like 30-40 bucks. But it does look really good. Like don't get me, it does look good. Cyberpunk game looks dope now. And I think that it is a solid pickup for people who are a fan of that game.
I want to come in and say, as a dick writer of Cyberpunk, I can't wait to play this. I can't wait. I was one of the niggas that did not have any problems with the game on launch, and after
One of those. I ain't having
must
this
be
shit.
nice.
I didn't have issues, so I don't see no issues. Like no, but I'm really excited for it. Honestly, only like I'm really excited for it for the new story. I want games to get back into the expansion bag, not just DLC, but their expansion bag.
Facts.
Like give me back the 20-hour standalone expansion that you could play in your new shit that adds a whole bunch of new shit, new story and everything. I want that back. So I'm really happy for that.
Facts.
But outside of that, for the new story and everything that's coming to Cyberpunk, and just continuing the V struggle and everything with just trying to get this shit like Johnny Silverhand out of it with the disease, trying not to die. That's cool. The thing that made me most excited about it is just people talking about the changes that's coming to the game, and it's really making it sound like this game is going to the place that it should have been at launch. And I'm really excited for that, because the fact that they're changing like how the cyberware works, we can get cyber psychosis, is crazy to me. And I really want to be coked out on my cybernetics and you know what I'm saying, doing all types of wild shit. Like that sounds so cool to me. And the reworks they're doing, everything, I'm starting to see the vision that they really have this game at the start, and they're slowly implementing it slowly through the game. So I want to see what that vision is, and I can't wait to play it. You know, I'm gonna be playing it when it come out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tripp, are you cooking?
Time to saddle up, partner.
Hey, yo.
Let me let you niggas know right now.
So funny, bro.
Yep.
Let me saddle up right now there, partner. My new PC will be in on September 24th.
Let's
go.
go.
Good days, brother, to load up, get all the settings good, because when it's there, I'm there. I'm right there in the dance, partner. I'm telling you, I'm in there, bro. I'm not even playing with y'all, son. Like this DLC looks solid. Again, classic expansion pack style thing. The fact that society's moved this far, you know what I'm saying? Like that we gotta do battle pass and all that shit. The fact that I miss DLC packs is crazy. But I still miss them. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I used to hate DLC. I was like, what is this? Just come with a standard game. But you know, whatever, it is what it is. This is, again, solid expansion, and they seem to overhaul everything. Like damn near everything is getting a rework from all the impressions and early looks that we're seeing. This looks like a massive jump up into what they were already uptrending and doing from, you know, for a long time now, which is improving the game and bringing it back to that state where we perceived it was gonna be. And I'm happy. I'm very, very pleased with how this is turning out, how this is looking. I'm definitely going to probably do another, like, just a full different playthrough of something else, you know what I'm saying, and try and build up and just have some time to just lose myself in Cyberpunk before this DLC comes out, because I'm going to be lost. I'm in. They got me. You got me, Idris. I'm with you, Idris. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? I got it. Like, wonderful stuff. I can't wait for it. 100% can't wait for it.
Hotbox my apartment with my PC. How my shit
Bro,
about to be
it's
over
a
here.
wrap.
Oh
It's
my
a
God.
wrap. I'm about to look like Ace Ventura when he was in that damn, what's it called, that rhino, son. I'm about to be sweating. It's cool, though.
Crying.
It's really time. All right, let's blast through a couple of these here. We had Metaphor ReFantazio, which is a brand new Atlas game that's coming to Xbox and PC in 2024. We had Towerborn, which is a new couch co-op like action adventure game from the team behind the Banner Saga trilogy. Basically a squad is trying to fight for humanity's chance for survival. Looks really cool. A lot of combos, a lot of customization, some dope stuff. And then we got Clockwork Revolution from In Exile. Some steampunk, time-based, really dope stuff there. Out of those three, I'll open up the floor. How'd you guys feel about those? What's your standout? Like, you know what I'm saying? What were we feeling about those picks?
Clockwork is a day one. Clockwork is day one.
Talk about it.
Clockwork is a day fucking one. It literally just looks like I'm sorry. I love BioShock Infinite, and it looks just like it. It looked like they took that, and I feel like it looks upgraded to me in a sense. So I think it's going to be really good. They had me at like the flamethrower gun or whatever it was. I think I was like, yeah, this is a day one cop. It looks really good. The traversal looks nice. Seemed like it has some really dope music in the background. It's a cop for me. Day one.
On it. I'm about to say, how'd you feel about Clockwork when?
I thought it looked cool. I don't have the same like BioShock like sentiment that Charles does, but I think it is very interesting. I think it's steampunk has been like is never gonna go away, it seems. And not necessarily a bad thing, it's just like an observation that like I saw. It kind of gave me it didn't really give me BioShock vibes. For me, it kind of felt a little bit more like Dishonored, but regardless, two very phenomenal games. And I think that it's going to be a really good pickup. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I need to see it. Like, I want to see more than just like what they showed me. But nonetheless, Metaphor, ReFantazio, fucking what a name. That game looks kind of nuts. I saw it and I was like, is this a Shin Megami game? It's not, but it looks like it. That might be kind of hard. That's the one that I'm kind of looking forward to. Towerborn looks cool, but doesn't really. It kind of sucks because it was in between like there's some heavy hitters. Like if this would have been on the PC game show, it would have definitely been a favorite in that game show. But like they put this in a really tough spot. But it's on Game Pass, so I think it's gonna get some spins.
No word. Nah, I hear. I'm about to say I was completely. I don't know what the hell that was looking like, but I was like, you know what? Someone intriguing there. That's fair play. Ninjas, what'd you feel about Towerborn, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Clockwork?
Towerborn looked, okay, nothing too crazy. Metaphor, it looked cool. When I keep looking at the trailer, it looks cool. I'm definitely gonna tell one of my friends that's big in like JRPGs and these type of games to play it, because I probably won't get a chance to play it, but it looks cool. I definitely can see myself, like, if I like what I see, I might dabble into it. You know what I'm saying? Game Pass, you know what I'm saying? But
big pass, yes, sir.
Clockwork Revolution was the one that stood out to me. I personally really liked it. I really enjoyed the fact that we're gonna be able to play BioShock Infinite without the racism. So that's a big up for me. But it looked cool. I can't wait to see more of it. I don't know if they're like doing like a created character type deal, because when I see like they were showcasing like the black woman, but like I see like the hands was like white or some shit. That would be kind of cool if they do something like that. I definitely want to see more, to be honest with you. That looked cool. I'm definitely gonna play that.
Now word I hear it. And real quick, I want to highlight Towerborn. This is one of my standouts from any showcase, from any of these over the past couple of weeks. I miss co-op shit. I really miss it. Battle Block Theater, Castle Crashers, Power Stone. You know what I'm saying? I completed Gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? Those type of, you know what I'm saying? Really, really just the essence, bro. The essence. You know what I mean? I really miss those types of games, and this felt very much in that vein. a lot of different combinations and stuff you can make between characters. Again, just I really liked just the side scrolling, the look of it, the feel of it, how it was presented. Just really intrigued me, especially when it popped back up on the extended showcase. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with Towerborn. And I really hope this is good, despite again the terrible name association I have in my head with Battleborn. I hope nothing but the best for this game, and I really want to try it when it comes out. I am very locked in on Towerborn. This is co-op. We need more co-op in this space, and I think this is going to be one of those things that are leading the new charge for it. So I am absolutely invested for Towerborn.
You're right. You don't have a lot of co-op games now. I think about it that just be, co-op, just
like
fun,
true,
just,
like true co-op stuff. You know what I mean?
As you just play on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with you.
Absolutely. And last but not least, we have the piece de resistance, Starfield and its Starfield Direct, man. Oh my gosh. I'm almost dying trying to get through this. Got an absolute boatload of information. Aside from the frame rate news, we had the story, the exploration, the gameplay, the environments, shipbuilding, weaponry, scope of the game, and so damn much. It wasn't even covering some of it, and it's all coming September 6th. So before I become a shill, let's throw it to Charles first. How'd you feel about Starfield and everything that they showed off?
Starfield looks great, bro. I hope that this is a game that I can literally just play mindlessly. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Most RPGs, you pretty much can do that. But it looks really good. Space exploration, cool monsters, aliens, whatever you want to call them. Do I trust Bethesda? I don't know personally. But it looks cool. It looks really good. Like the sky's the limit, like no pun intended with this game, I feel. I think people are gonna like try to create some crazy gameplay runs. I think it's gonna be nice.
I hear it. Ninjas, we'll go to you next.
I'm honestly really excited for Starfield. I like that they showcase this because it like kind of re-hype me up for it, because it's like so long of a period where we didn't see shit on this game, but it was coming out, and I was like, okay, what I'm supposed to be excited for? I'm glad they did this standalone showcase of it. I'm excited for it. Bethesda, as much as like we flack on them for like their buggy experience and stuff like that, they do still put out games that do be fun. Like with the help of the modding community and whatnot. I will still to this day remember when I first played Oblivion and how I felt playing that game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to see how this is gonna turn out. I like the shipbuilding aspect that I got to see. I can't wait to build the fucking Normandy in Starfield. The only thing about this game that has me like swept up is the scale of it. The scale of it is what scares me about this game, because I just don't want it to be a No Man's Sky situation where I go to a planet, I mine some resources, and that was the only thing to fucking do there. Like there was nothing captivating or nothing there for me to do. Just get these resources. Oh, I saw a cool animal, get off, go to the next planet and stuff like that. It's just the scale of it. Like I would have much rather they made like a semi-open world type thing where you travel to like predetermined planets and stuff in this galaxy, and it just be jam-packed with like story and like characters, quests and stuff like that, than what they did. But however, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I like the idea of just building your ship, building up a squad of people that you bring with you, doing story quests like that, and going to different places and finding just about anything. I'm just scared of how far spread that will be. You know what I'm saying? Between how many planets I had to go through there, it's not shit there before I get to a planet that's like, a quest there, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I'm hoping that the scale that they set for this game isn't gonna shoot them in the foot with like, what I actually want to do. Cause I don't want to spend like 100 hours and just be mad that I'm just going to each and every planet, just mining some shit or making an outpost. Like I don't like that aspect of like where Bethesda is going to with like the settlement building type shit and everything. And I feel like this only makes it worse because how big it is,
I hear it. Wheneth, your thoughts?
So Tripp knows this because he was in me and him and Kendall were watching this together, and it was just funny because like in the middle of the thing, I was like, Yo, you might have to switch Pikmin out for this. That's how good it looked. That's how
Mm.
I was willing to make the trade. I went back on that because I decided to stick with my gut and my initial reaction. Will that bite me in the butt? We do not know, but we'll see. However, this game looks absolutely insane. It's funny because I have such a deep hatred for Bethesda. You have absolutely no idea.
Woo.
I want nothing but the worst for Todd Howard sometimes. But this is not one of those times. This is actually one of the few times where I'm like, you might have just cooked. Maybe you needed Xbox. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they needed Xbox to make that to help them with this. Like they needed somebody to like quality control
Refine.
it because
Yeah.
this looks really, really, really good. And it gives me the thing is I'm a huge fan of what's this game called? No Man's Skies. I really do love No Man's Skies for all the stuff, and even like what EMP says, which is very valid. Of like, I'm going to this planet and there's nothing to do but to mine shit. Like, I don't mind that at all. So the fact
Yeah.
that they're doing like, hey, we have that, and we're adding like big worlds in there, and there's storylines to it, and there's like extra stuff, like all this other stuff. It's like No Man's Skies definitive extra awesome edition, and not to take away from that game because No Man's Skies has like the multiplayer aspect that has a bunch of other things. This game just looks like the single player experience people wanted from No Man's Skies
Yeah.
on release. Like this just looks like an absolutely it looks like the Skyrim of this generation is how it feels. Just an absolute absurd amount of content. And honestly, I'm also playing this day one. I'm definitely copping day one. Even if it wasn't on Game Pass, I would have bought day one. I know, and that's crazy because I hate, I like when I tell you, I hate these people over there
I don't
ever since
trust them, bro.
76. Like
I
I
don't
don't
trust
trust them.
them.
I don't trust them at all. But I'm willing to take the risk with this game. That's how
Yeah.
like this. Even if I buy this day one and it takes them 4 months to fix it, as long as it's not bricking consoles like freaking this what is this game called? Like Cyberpunk. I'm willing to
Mhm.
wait. I'm willing to wait just so that like the day that the patch comes out that everybody's like this is the fixed one, I know I can hop on and I can just straight do
Yeah.
all the cool shit.
Bro, this man said he's willing to wait and go day one on it, but that deserves a flex bomb, man. That we need that. We need that. That deserves a flex bomb. Son. That's crazy. He was holding that information all week, son. That is wild. That is I never thought I'd hear from his ears. I never thought I'd hear from. Wow. Well, that man Tripp you knew 5 minutes ago is gone. It's time for corporate chill. It's time for Bethesda chill. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here now, brother. It's time. Man. Starfield, bro. I thought we had a definitive space game in Star Citizen, but I didn't pour any money to it, and it turned out to be a wise decision. It turned out to be a wise decision. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't hold me to that, but I'm saying. This game, this presentation, this direct, I will firmly say this now. I've done a good few days of thinking. That is the single greatest display on a presentation on a game show I have ever seen. That felt like they had to make a statement. That turned the tide for me to be mildly interested in the game to I'm getting this day one. That was one of the strongest solid displays of a game being presented, being showcased, whatever, on any format in any showcase in the history of gaming. I'm being dead ass serious. I'll put whatever bet on it. Like, that was crazy. How many doubts that I had over the game for the past few weeks. Most of them have been pretty much squashed. The only, again, I'll stick to the constructive first. The only thing that I still have a worry over is the amount of bugs and glitches. They have made some statement, you know what I'm saying? What's it called? All the Xbox execs, Matt Booty and all them people like that was saying, oh yeah, Bethesda, has the, right now, if we drop the game today, it has the least amount of bugs, you know what I'm saying? The QA team's working hard. Cool, I'll believe it when I see it. I need that to be as close to flawless as possible. I need you guys to really, this needs to be the most, you've paid QA testers in your life. You need to double that money and make sure QA testers are on the job as much as possible to make sure this is a quality thing on release, as quality as possible. And if not, that hit that day one patch and make sure most of this stuff is trying to get swept up. Be active, be vigilant, because that's going to be one of the things that's going to be a pitfall. That. Optimization was another worry, which I'm not mad at as much now that they've pretty much put the 30 FPS thing to bed on consoles. On PC, it's gonna run how it's gonna run. I'm gonna have a new PC by then anyway, so whatever. I'm gonna have to move my date back. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Cyberpunk, instead of be the 24th, I'll just make like September 4th. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy a new PC around then. That's fine. So speaking on the positive, bro, this is the space game a lot of people have been wanting their entire lives in video games. This is like the singular experience that people were looking for. What is there? Like, it has everything, son. The story, again, it's Bethesda, so I'm already gonna get swept up into some faction and do some crazy shit. I have no doubts over the interactability between story points and stuff. I never had necessarily a doubt in between what story was gonna be like. Never did. But how the gameplay is, that's what really wowed me, son. On top of all the weapons you can already get into, on top of all the things you can collect, all the things you can build, all the settlements, all this stuff. Like, there's just too much. And they probably only showed about half of their hand in that direct, bro. Like, half of it. The weaponry. Again, it's all, like, we had how many sections, bro? Let me ask, when we were watching this live, how many times did we say, there's more? How many?
Yeah, no. It was a good amount of times. And the thing is, it's like I hate spending 45 minutes talking about one game, but this is actually a game that spent and used those 45 minutes like wisely.
Incredibly wisely, bro. Like, it just looks so good. And again, amidst all this, people are forgetting they show like a full-on skill tree that shows you everything that you can get into and stuff like that. I completely forgot they had the skill trees up. Like, there's that. Again, go back into the shipbuilding thing. Ridiculous. Somebody built a whole ass Megazord. You know what I'm saying? A living, breathing, looking ass
And
Megazord.
that shit looked ugly.
It looked mad.
It did look ugly.
But damn it, they made it. Damn it, they made it. It was
Man, I know
possible.
somebody who did. I know somebody who did that shit in Minecraft. What you mean?
Shut up. That's not the point. That is not the point. All I'm saying is it's possible. It's possible. The level of depth they went into to show like all the nodes and modules and things you can, adjust to for certain missions, being a cargo ship, being a full on, like, like a full on freighter, being a speedy ship, being an attack ship, like, crazy stuff. You can raid, stations midway. There are like, again, small little outposts that you can go into in space while you're traversing. There's so much different instances and stuff. My brain can't even compute how much stuff is technically possible when you're in space, when you're in an outpost, missions you can get, the way you can play. Like, this feels like everything. You know what I mean? It has the feeling of there's so much possibility to it, and that's what makes a game, bro. That's what really makes great games. That's what separates them. Like, what can you think is possible? What can you make possible in this game? Like, I think that's like a real big differentiator. When you start thinking of what you can do in the game and how you can approach it, you know what I'm saying? And just, it organically comes to you like, yo, I could do this, and this. Oh, I could mess with this faction, you know what I'm saying, and be playing double agent. When you start making up your own storylines and stuff and start doing your own thing on top of what's already there, that's when you know it's a good game. And I can instantly see myself falling into that level with Starfield. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was severely wowed by what I saw. Just the absolute depth of everything. I'm just praying that this thing run very, very well. I'm praying that this thing, fingers crossed, that it runs well, the bugs are minimal, and you just get, you know what I'm saying? Bring it, man. This could be a game of the generation type of deal, bro. This could be if anything ends up right, this goes toe to toe with Tears of the Kingdom. And I'll be real with that. I'm gonna be dead ass serious, bro. If Tears of the Kingdom can run 30 frames, it's getting hailed. If Starfield can deliver on what it's aiming to deliver and have that, type of consistency and quality and optimization, this can go toe to toe with Tears of the Kingdom this year. And I fully believe that. It's gonna be a tougher. I told people from last year, this year is gonna be a tougher game of the year race. Like, and games like this, bro, it just show you from what it's looking like, it could be. This is going to be such a tough decision for game of the year talks. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this looks crazy. This does look absolutely insane.
I just hope it works, bro. I just hope it works.
And that's my thing.
I just hope it works.
I'm just super fearful. I know me. I'm cautious about games. You know what I mean? I'm cautious about liking games too much because I've seen what happened in the past. Some things don't turn out too hot. Yes, and it's okay. But I've never seen a game make such a good account of itself on a showcase before like this. This is one of
that's true.
this is the strongest showing of a singular game I've seen in any presentation format ever in gaming, in my opinion. Again, I've been trying to rack my brain to think what's better, but this is, and we've said this before. This is Bethesda's like one of their last stands, in my opinion. This is like their big, like, you know, put up or shut up moment. We either give you something that's crazy great that you're gonna talk about for years, like they try and replicate that Skyrim moment, that Oblivion moment over again, or they fade to the background. You know what I'm saying? They give you an Oblivion style thing, or they fade to an Oblivion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those type of deals. Like, and I think they're putting every single ounce they have into the game. And to Wen's point, I really do think that them getting the support and backing from Xbox might be the difference in the delivery of this, because of the resources, the deep bag that Xbox has, and just the actual feedback they're getting from Phil Spencer and the teams and stuff like that, the extra development resources to tell them to maybe slow down here. Maybe they probably, again, gave them some guidance on that FPS decision, say, hey, yo, on consoles, lock it at 30. You guys are going to do a lot of stuff, and you probably can't handle being at 60 everywhere, trying to, you know what I'm saying, make everything look super fast and sharp when some things might tear up. So maybe Xbox's influence in that conversation helped them to come to that decision, which I think is the right one. You know what I'm saying? This could be generational for gaming, period. Like for Bethesda, for anything. This could be their Black Flash moment coming back again almost a decade plus later after Skyrim. Like this could really be one of them ones. And I really, really, really do hope it is. This was 100% my game of the showcase season. There was definitely some surprise ones that came through, but this was my number one. I'm here day one, and I'm low key about to get that collector's edition too. That watch is looking crazy. That watch is wild. I need that.
This man is chill.
I'm chilling. I'm really chilling for them, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm in the shill bag, and it's been a minute since I've been in the shill bag. I've been calm. I've been spectating, but Bethesda, you got a job to do. Keep squashing bugs, keep QA testing, keep polishing, make this thing as good as it can be, and you might just have a generational game on your hands. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. I only want to play devil's advocate because I'm with you. I want this game to be great, but after Redfall,
bro,
Redfall. I think Redfall was a different story though.
Why do you feel like Redfall was a little bit different?
Because of how it spawned as an idea and just where the context of what Arcane was going through. After Prey was ass, like we talked about this last week on the podcast as well. After Prey was ass, the whole studio was like, yo, we got to make a game that makes money. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, at least the bigger heads, they were like, yo, we got to make a game that makes money or whatever. And again, Jason Schreier did the whole report where it was like they investigated like the whole process of its history and its making. It was supposed to be originally very microtransaction heavy, but then so many layoffs happened, so many staff changes, so many game changes. Then the game was barren, and then it was just Xbox was too late to help give them support. And even though some Arcane executives still wanted to go through with it, which I think it shouldn't have happened at all. You know what I'm saying? If I was there, I would have been like, yo, just don't do it, because we don't really have enough like meat and potatoes to make this game a solid reality. This might need some more time in the pressure cooker, if at all. You know what I'm saying? You might just have to toss the whole dish away. But that's how that happened. That was just a very tough miscommunication. With Bethesda, they've been in tune with Bethesda hand and glove for several years now, for a good chunk of Starfield's development, I presume. You know what I'm saying? Well, like at least lately, while it's been like actually materialized. They've been saying they've been making this game for like 25 years. I don't know how long. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
But at least in these latter stages after they got acquired, it's been a good amount of years. And I think that as one of Xbox's biggest centerpieces, they would not leave them to dry. They would be on their ass for resources and stuff. This is not like an Arcane where it's like a late edition where, oh, okay, now you got to come, bring it through. I don't think that's the case. I think this is a different story. They wouldn't do, just because of how big Bethesda is to Xbox's brand and how big of a pedestal they put them on. Xbox and Bethesda game show was like a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? They hold them in high regard. I don't think they leave them high and dry resources like that. They would be hand in glove. I don't think it's going to be that situation.
I hope that's the case because of the fact that only because we've seen like Phil Spencer talk about Redfall, he was like, "Oh yeah, this game gonna be good, y'all." And then it came out
everybody gotta say that.
Redfall, Deathloop.
Deathloop was crack. Whoa.
But it didn't work.
Whoa. At first it didn't work, but they got fixed up. Whoa. That
But it
was
didn't
that
work.
was like a week or two. Whoa.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember it being that bad.
It was,
on
yeah, that was
release.
not that crazy. Yeah, that was like a quick fix. That was a quick fix. Let's not talk. Let's not talk on Deathloop.
It didn't work.
For you.
I don't know.
For you.
Yeah,
For you.
Bro had it and that shit worked for. And I saw Cray playing it. I don't know. That might have been a you
I had
thing.
it on PC and my stuff was straight. My stuff was solid.
It might have been me, but I don't know. That shit ain't.
I only had trouble streaming it. That was the only problem I had was streaming it. But
Yeah, I streamed it. It wasn't even that bad either.
yeah, it wasn't streamed for me. I kept having encoding issues.
I
Yeah,
can see that.
yeah. But hey,
But I'm not gonna take away from the fact that it. All I'm trying to say is I want Starfield to be great.
Yeah,
The only thing that Bethesda has to do right now is make sure they have to get rid of the biggest thing. Oh, Bethesda games run shitty and everything. If they can beat those allegations, I wholeheartedly believe with you this game will be what it needs to be.
100%.
again, they would drop 10 out of 10s all the time. Bethesda are
They would.
technical excellence strides away from dropping 10 out of 10s every time out the gate. But that's the problem. Like, they're always within earshot of great games, but it's just the technical issues that always get them. But I feel like Xbox being in their corner and having the deeper support system with just how much money they have might actually pay dividends this time for them. And I think that may be the difference with actually, happens with Starfield. I hope for the best. I really hope that's the case. Really, really do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because if they're able to do it with this, they're gonna have that we don't got no games. If Bethesda can cook, they will be able to like contend. I feel like
100
For
100,
sure.
100. All right, but yeah, real quick for the Xbox Game Showcase, let's get a quick letter grade in. I'll start. I will go solid B plus, almost an A minus. I will give this a B plus. I think this was the best show of the season. Really, really good. People shut up. People just let the games talk for themselves. Most of it was, in engine, so I'll give them some credence for that. Sarah Bond was talking. We love black women in tech, black women in gaming. We love to see that, more of that, please. Yeah, and it was just game after game. At the end, Phil Spencer talked for a little bit. Revealed a new Xbox with some extra storage. That was cool. Whatever. I'm playing on PC anyways. Don't matter. Solid show. B plus. Charles, how'd you feel about it?
I'd agree. I say is a very strong B plus. A lot of my I guess hesitation has nothing to do with the game showcase itself. It's strictly everything we said about like Fallout 76 not working, Redfall being Redfall. It's just hard to let go of those thoughts and notions when I'm trying to think, will these games be good in the future? But as a showcase, solid B plus. I think everything was pretty well spaced out. They gave me some Fable, which I was very excited about. Payday 3 looks good. It's Payday, like Wynn said, you don't really need to reinvent the wheel. Just clean it up some. There looks like a lot of new games in here that I will like. Cyberpunk, heavy hitter. I think it'll perform. So yeah, B plus for me.
Word. Ninjas, how'd you feel about Xbox Game Showcase?
I want to see because I don't know the whole thing. The only thing that gets me caught up about the Xbox showcases is I want them to beat the allegations of Xbox don't have no games, and I'm trying to think, was all these games available on other platforms and whatnot? I know our Valves, our Fables, yeah.
There was a solid 12 games out of the entire lot that were only Xbox and PC platforms, which was again a more solid ratio. But they got to get a whole stronger first party wave that going to do that. I really feel like that first party wave where they can actually start saying hey, we got enough games to start talking our talk against PlayStation. I'm saying not in quality but just in number. That's going to be another year or two away, in my personal opinion. But they're getting there. I think they're getting there.
Yeah, I feel like they need more time to let that cook out. I want to say overall, I enjoyed the presentation. I think I'm gonna say because I was leaning towards Ubisoft is the best showcase for me because I like the Star Wars.
Yeah.
But after our talk about Starfield, Valve and stuff like that, I want to say that I like this showcase more. And it was just gameplay and everything. It was a lot of talking and everything. The Starfield thing was really good. I like that a lot. it kept me to my seat because now I was even realized I forgot it was like 45 minutes. We just watched this game and they did really good showcasing it. So I want to say that I'm gonna say this is a B+ for me too. It was really good.
Word.
I liked it.
Word. When?
Definitely a B+. Just the only reason I wouldn't give it an A- is just because there was a lot of like non-gameplay footage, and that was my only issue.
Yeah, it
But,
was like they skirted or just around it.
Like Midnight Suns, I feel like they shouldn't have shown because when I saw that, the first thing I thought of was like, this reminds me of when we saw Redfall. Of like, oh, we're really excited for this world, and then it like flopped. I don't think it will be like Redfall, but it's one of those things where it's like I don't think that this was necessary. But honestly,
Wait, you mean Fable?
No, not Fable. I'm talking about Midnight Sun. Not Midnight Sun. The one that's based in like Louisiana or whatever.
South of Midnight.
Yeah, my bad. Not Midnight Suns.
I was like Midnight Suns. I was like, when did they show Midnight Suns? I'm like,
that like it was a like it looked really cool. Love the concept, but like my biggest fear was just like I don't want it to
be nothing.
Be like Redfall. Yeah.
I hear it. Fair play. But with that being said, that has been pretty much all of our notes for this, you know what I'm saying, conference season, E3 season, whatever you want to call it. Anything that we might have missed outside of that? I don't think so, but anything else?
No. Not for me, at least.
Nah.
Damn. All right. That was a lot of stuff. But with that being said, gonna try and switch up a little bit differently as we sign out. We're gonna go around. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we want to say thank you to our special guest that came through on such short notice to give us so much vibes and great stuff. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we're gonna throw it off to EMP Ninjas. First, give me your favorite game from this showcase season. Give me your favorite game from showcase season that you saw. And yeah, sign us out. Tell us where we can find you. Any you know what I'm saying, lasting message. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here. I love the No Cooldown boys and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be here. My favorite game of all these showcases have to probably be Avowed. Probably follow like right behind because of the curiosity and like the hopefulness of the Star Wars games, Star Wars Outlaws, only because this is a good direction for Star Wars games. We're finally getting games, so I'm happy to see like what Ubisoft does. I don't have my, I'm just hopeful. I got copium in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just copium. You know what I'm saying? Big copium. But where you can find me, I'm everywhere. EMP Ninjas everywhere. I've been doing a challenge right now where I'm uploading a clip for all of June for the 30 days. I gotta edit right after this to upload for something here for today. But you can check me out everywhere. I preferably, if y'all want to go to my YouTube, it's EMP Ninjas. Or TikTok, EMP Ninjas there. I also stream on Twitch, EMP Ninjas. That's all I got to say. But thank you for the No Cooldown boys having me here. And, it's happy being here. Thank you.
Big love, man. Thousand Island, a.k.a. Sauce the Sauce, man. Give us your game, give us your message, and where we can find you.
All right. Let's see. My favorite game from all of the showcases, I think, would probably be Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I think this is a revamp that the franchise needed. It looks great. The gameplay looks fire. The graphics look good. It looks like it's going to be a great story. We have a new main character. I'm excited to play it. I think people will enjoy it. I think the haters and the naysayers will also enjoy it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Favorite game, where you can find me, everywhere is Choss the Sauce except Twitter. I am Choss No Sauce on Twitter. I probably stream once every 3 months. But I'm trying to stream some more.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Trying to get back into the flow of things. But I appreciate y'all for having me. Always a pleasure, always. So thank y'all.
Already know. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Facil, if you please.
Thank you guys for being here, obviously. Big appreciate it. Love the conversations as always. Favorite game. I don't want to pick Starfield because I feel like it's an easy pick. So like Starfield, of course, I'm excited for, but I definitely think there are a lot of really good ones like Warhammer, seeing more of that game. of Space Marines 2, and honestly, to throw it to like a less known game, Punch Club 2, I'm actually really excited for. It's a game that I played for a long time and I always go back to. In the indie space, really excited for that one. And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun talking to you guys, and you guys already know where to find me because if you're tuning in on episode 7, you just go back a couple episodes. I've been around.
just a few, man. Yeah, and I'll say game of the showcase season for me, after a much thought of about 3 seconds. If you didn't listen to that like 15-minute rant I just did about, you know what I'm saying, like a minute ago, I'm gonna be a space cowboy. Yeah, I'm in
crying.
the zone, baby. Starfield is coming and I'm right there with it. Take with that what you will. Yeah, no, I appreciate everybody. My closing, I guess, message is, listen, guys, nature's healing. Do your best to protect yourself. If anybody named Mariah hits your DMs, don't answer it. Don't do it. Just save yourself, man. Just save yourself.
Protect your peace.
Protect your peace, man. It's really treacherous out here. I'm just saying, if you eat gumbo and your name is Zion, it's already a hit list out for you. So it's already tough. So do your best to protect yourself. Drink your water. Do your thing, and just enjoy games, man. Just enjoy games. We are in the midst of some of the greatest like game experiences on the way and already among us of all time. Like, real talk. Like, this year has already been insane with games. It's going to continue to be insane. Just enjoy games. Stop bitching about frame rates. Stop talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying, there's too many women. Go get some bitches. First of all, if you're talking about that, just enjoy gaming, bro. This is a great thing to just be a part of and enjoy. It's crazy to see how far it came. Please just enjoy the moment, have fun, and drink it in. There's a lot of good stuff to get into, so make sure you drink it in. And of course, make sure you stay tapped in with No Cooldown Podcast on all audio platforms. Jeez. Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, No Cooldown Pod. We should be right there, the first thing that pops up. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown for all the exclusive content. Everything we do, you know what I'm saying, exclusive reactions, little segments that we do, you know what I'm saying, possibly some gameplay videos coming at some point in the future. You never even know, but stay tapped in. Definitely want to check that out. No Cooldown Pod on Twitter, No Cooldown Pod everywhere else except TikTok. TikTok is No Cooldown Podcast. Of course, be sure to check out all of our main podcast contributors. Of course, When Easy, Botaku channel, WOTAKU channel on all platforms, and When Easy on all platforms as well, except for YouTube because he is Botaku channel. And of course, King VIII on all platforms as he is fighting in. You remember that old ass Wii game Zombie U? Yeah, I remember that old ass Wii joint. He's fighting that right now. He's in the middle of that game right now. So we wish him the best as he's fighting Buckingham Palace.
Much love to Mendham.
You know what I'm saying? To the Mendham. You know what I'm saying? We there. And of course, that man Tripp, you can find me in whatever place. You know what I'm saying? Doing some random thing. But that is all we have for this episode 70 of No Cooldown Podcast. We love y'all. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, go tell a friend that No Cooldown is out here. But for now, till next time, we are